important though. It's good. So can you give me the book of Amos 8 and 11 and give me they should know prophet. You know, so hey, all praise to the Most High, Yahweh by Shimmy Hawashah. You know, we out here to, let our people know who we are according to the Bible, that destruction is coming to America. Because we are indeed in the last days. No, it ain't no time to be playing games. You have a lot of our people out here worried about voting. You got a sign right there that say regulate guns, not women. You know what I'm saying? Our people are worried about the wrong things, right? But we got to focus on the right things, which is the kingdom of heaven, because we're not going to always be here. America not going to always be here. If you get into the Bible, and you get into all these different kingdoms that was once standing, they all failed. Right? And Babylon is on its last leg. America is not going to last forever. All this wickedness that's going on in America is not going to last forever. It's going to be destroyed. It's going to be destroyed. Get that, King.
This is the book of Amos, chapter 8 and verse 11.
Bring it out.
Behold, the days come, says the Lord God, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord.
Right. So the Lord said He's gonna send a famine to this land. Right? A famine. It ain't not just food and water, but a hearing the words of life. That's gonna be big, man. And this how you know this how you know, hey man, it's finna get real. When they start banning the Bible, hey, and America's supposed to stand on the Bible. When you go into the courtroom, they make you swear on the Bible, right? That you won't lie. In God we trust. Hey, this country is supposed to be built off the Most High God. So why is it that they're gonna ban this book? Because when we start to wake up, that's when they get nervous. Like I said before, they don't fear you so-called black men. We got your pants sagging, we got a Glock in your pants, talking about West Side. They don't fear you when you do that. Women, they don't fear you when you being loud as hell, throwing food in Chick-fil-A. They don't fear you when you doing that. They fear you when you come back to your God and keeping your commandments. They fear that, and they understand that when we wake up, their rulership is over with. It's not gonna be they gonna be over us. I was just reading that in Deuteronomy 28. I was reading the blessings that we would have received if we would have kept the commandments. We would have been blessed right now. We wouldn't be at the bottom of society. We wouldn't have to be going to them for a loan. They would have been having to come to us. But since we didn't keep the commandments of our God, we are being punished right now. And he said it's gonna be a famine of the word real soon. You're not gonna be able to walk around reading your Bible, you know what I'm saying, every day. You're not gonna be able to, hey, it's gonna come a time somebody see you with a Bible, they're gonna try to rob you. Nobody ain't never got robbed for a Bible I ain't never heard on the news, elderly women or young men get robbed for a Bible. I never seen that before. But it's gonna come a time that's gonna be on the regular. You're gonna have to walk around having your Bible in your shirt, walking like this. You're gonna have to have it like this. Because they see you, they're gonna take after you like you got $1 million in your pocket. Right? So we out here letting our people know, because we are watchmen, so we letting our people know the things that's coming. You got it, King. Hey, we got some food over here.
No, you don't.
That's gonna feed you forever.
I'll be right back out.
We got some food that's gonna feed you forever, sis.
I'll be right back out, I promise.
Yeah.
This is verse 12. And they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord, and shall not find it.
So you're gonna have people going from sea to sea, literally getting on boats. Hey, just say we over here, right? And we find out, hey, a man got a Bible over there in Japan. You gonna have folks trying to go over there. That's how it's gonna be. Hey, y'all got 2 minutes? Hey, family, y'all got 2 minutes? Hey, actually, y'all want to get you know what I'm saying? Hey, you gonna have people traveling to and fro to try to get the words of life. Hey, a lot of people gonna regret not coming over here, man. A lot of people gonna witness when they see on the news missiles getting sent over here from Russia. They gonna realize, hey man, they was right over there, man. Hey, them brothers on the highways and byways. Hold that, King. Give me Proverbs 1 and 26. Because they gonna realize, hey, them brothers on the highways and byways with those little stringy things on their shirts, right? Hey, them brothers that was over there in front of the calf in Albany State, they gonna realize that what we were saying was true. They gonna realize, because we're not speaking out our own mouth. We speaking, thus says the Lord. So we letting you know the prophecies and the things that to come that the Lord had wrote, man. This Bible is not fiction. It's facts in it, man. About you so-called blacks and Latinos. And the Lord gonna laugh at a lot of people in that time when they try to come to the Lord, but it's gonna be too late. People gonna try to come to the Lord when they see stuff getting bad, or when they on their deathbed. That's when they want to call upon the Lord. When they lights gonna get turned off, that's when our people want to go to the Lord. But when everything going good, they don't even pray no more. But let grandma finna get her legs chopped off from eating pork in the hospital. They finna be praying to the Lord. But soon as she may get healed, they start back doing wickedness. See what the Lord said. Bring it out, Ken.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 1 and verse 26. I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear coming.
Yes, but the Lord said He gonna laugh at a lot of people's calamity, man. Because we know that the times that we coming in, it's gonna be a lot of crying. It's gonna be a lot of mourning. It's gonna be a lot of weeping in these times that we coming in. So the Lord said He's gonna laugh at a lot of people's calamity. Keep going, King.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 1 and verse 27. When your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you.
Right, so the Lord said, hey man, when you dang finna, when somebody, cause I was talking to the brother, man, I told the brother in the car, like, people don't really understand how real this really gonna be. When you really finna get dang snatched up and get sent to a FEMA camp, that's when people gonna call upon the Lord. When you damn in your house, they kick down your door and take your 5-year-old daughter, that's when folks gonna try to call upon the Lord. Hey, when they got you by your neck, finna hang you, finna cut your neck off with a guillotine, that's when people gonna call upon the name of the Lord. But the Lord, just imagine the Lord laughing at you, bro. Here you go crying to the Lord, Lord help me, Lord save me. And He's up there laughing at you, bro. It's done, it's over with, man.
This is verse 28. Then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me.
So the Lord said they're gonna call upon Him, but He's not gonna answer. They're gonna seek Him early, but they're not gonna find Him, because you gotta think about it. The Lord is literally sending His prophet messengers out. You can't have nobody. It's gonna come a time where nobody can't say they ain't hear about us being Israelites. You got celebrities coming out, Kanye West saying we the true Jews, Kyrie Irving coming out sharing the link that we the real Jews. Like LeBron, he kind of making his way around, but you know he kind of iffy. But Lord willing, he come around. The Lord is using these brothers. Not to say these brothers are keeping the commandments, but the Lord can use anybody. Best believe you got the so-called white man trying to kill Kanye. He might can't even do it. You're like, dang, what's going on? You're trying to cancel this man, he keeps going. Because everything is of the Lord. Give me Proverbs 16:9, please. Hold what you got from come back to you. So you already at Proverbs 16. Because everything is of the Lord, man. Hey, what door that the Lord opens, no man can close. So the so-called white man, he only got the power that the Lord gives him. You got it, King.
I got so much after that too. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 16 and verse 9.
Look it up.
A man's heart deviseth his way, but the Lord directeth his steps.
Right, so the Lord direct our steps. Hey man, we might have something in our mind that we want to do today. And the Lord, we do the completely opposite of what we want to do today. Because we don't control our day. Our day is already preordained. Well, guess what? The Lord already knows we're going to get the kingdom of heaven. It's preordained. We only playing our roles. Like in movies, right? You know how you have movies, you have the actors, you got the director. The actors are only playing their role. But you got the director, the one that wrote it out. Same thing with us in the Most High. We are the actors, right? And we only playing out our roles. So you have some people, you know, the Lord already know who's going to get the kingdom of heaven and who's not. So we got to pray that we the ones that's going to get the kingdom of heaven. We got to pray that. What you got, King? What you got?
This is the book of Amos, chapter 8 and verse 13. In that day shall the fat virgins and young men faint for thirst.
So you're going to have people fainting for thirst, man. Because guess what? A famine going to be going on. You're not going to be able to go to Chick-fil-A. You're not going to be able to go to KFC to get nothing to drink. People going to faint, man. And it's a lot of people that don't care about fasting. People can't go a day without eating. Shit, people can't go an hour without eating. Without looking in the refrigerator, I got to find some snacks. I know I had some chips in here. I know I had some cereal. What is it? People can't go an hour without no food and water. So imagine going 5, 6 days without no food and water. People going to faint, man. I'm led to believe that famine is going to be what kills people the most, man, that the Lord used. That famine.
Hey man, you know, it said in one of the books of Ezra that the thing that the sword don't kill, the famine will.
Oh yeah, that's second Ezra is I want to say that's 16. I think it's 16. So like, let me get that. I think that second Ezra is what is it? So I think there's but if I okay, start at second Ezra 16 and 35. I gotta find that piece. Did somebody look that up? The second Ezra say many shall escape the sword, but the famine shall destroy them. Pecan, man. So we out here letting our people know the things that's coming to America. And we out here letting the black Latinos and Native Indians know that. Because they are people, they the ones that's low. When Yahweh Shai, who the world calls Jesus Christ, when he was on the scene, he wasn't going to the other nations, preaching to the other nations. He was going to Israel, man. Because our people need it the most. Our people bud out their mind. You got it.
This is the book of 2 Ezra, chapter 16 and verse 22. For many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine, and the others that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy.
Right, so you're going to have many people, right? You're going to have many people maybe overcome the famine because they might be stacking up on food. It's a lot of people been stacking up food since 2018, 2017, 2016, because they already know the times that we coming in. So they may escape the hunger. They might. But the Lord said the famine gonna destroy them, right? The Lord said the famine gonna destroy them. I mean, the sword, it's like it. The sword gonna destroy them. So if you stack up on, what's the point of you stacking up on food just to mess around and get killed by AK? What all that food that you've been stacking up for 5, 6 years, where that's going at? Somebody else's mouth, somebody else's belly. Ain't might come a time during Jacob's trouble, you might be then gonna run. You might, the Lord might guide you, and this is why we gotta go hard for the Most High God now, bro. Cause the Lord gonna reward us, bro. Not even just to wait, we don't even have to wait till the kingdom of heaven for him to reward us. He gonna reward us in Jacob's trouble. You might come across a bunker, right? Nobody in there, but it's full of food. Edomites that was in there, they got killed off. You go in the bunker, right? You in there sick. You come across a big old mansion, right? You go in there, nobody in there, but it's food in there, it's water in there. That's what stuff that's gonna be happening. We just gotta trust in the Lord, bro. We gotta come back to our God as being Israelites. We're not so-called black people. We're not African Americans. We can't be going to college calling ourselves African Americans. We too old for that. We too old to be calling ourselves a color out of crayon box. We down 22, 23 years old. 8 people 47 years old calling themselves black. That's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. But you have something?
I had a couple. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 65, and verse 13. Therefore, thus saith the Lord God, behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty.
So the Lord say, hey, my servant's gonna eat. So I mean, are we servants of the Lord, bro? We come out here in all weathers. We don't care if it's cold. We don't care if it's hot out here. We don't care if it's snowing. We don't come out here. Y'all got 2 minutes?
Hey, let me get y'all these flyers though.
2 minutes, Ken. We're gonna come out here in any weather though. Let me talk to you for 2 minutes. You believe in the Bible, King? You believe in the Bible? Okay. So you ever heard of the Israelites? All right. What have you heard about? Well, it was just a little bit I know you know what's going on with Kanye and Kyrie, right? Kyrie had posted a Twitter tweet saying we're the real Jews.
Yeah.
He getting canceled for that because they don't want us to know that we are the real Jews. We are the real Israelites. Are we really the color black, brother? He ain't. Huh?
I said we king.
You said who?
I said we king.
Oh, we kings, yeah, we kings. We not black. So I'm finna show you something real quick. Give me Deuteronomy 1:1 and give me Deuteronomy 76. Because we are the real Jews. Kanye not crazy. That's why they they took his deals away from him. You know what I'm saying? Because they know the truth. We're the real Jews. We are the real kings and princesses walking this earth. So get Deuteronomy.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 1 and verse 1.
Bring it out.
These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel.
Right. So you know Moses, right? You ever heard of Moses? Our people, the Israelites, were with Moses in the wilderness. We got the commandments from Moses in the wilderness. So I'm finna show you what the Bible said about us, King. That we the best people on the face of the planet.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7 and verse 6.
Get out.
But thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
Right, so the Lord said he chose us, we the Israelites, to be a special people unto himself, above all people. What race of people can do what we do? None. We literally, we set the standards of everything we do. It ain't no other race can play basketball like us, can cook like us, can dress like us. We the best people, and the Bible said that. But America want to tell us, oh, we all equal. We know that isn't even true. We know that we naturally faster and stronger than any other race. We invented everything. We the best at everything we do. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
So
I was gonna tell you to come listen, man. He was going over some good information real quick.
And that's why in slavery, if they caught us reading, they would cut your tongue out. They would kill you because they didn't want you to read about and find out who you is. Because once you find out who you really is, that you get power. So they want you to still think, oh man, I'm just a nigga. I'm African American. I'm black. How we African American, black, and Negro? How we all good? Can't even, we the only race of people that got 5 different nationalities. Every other race know where they come from, they nationality. We the only people that don't. Because they trying to hide who he is. They don't want us to know who he is.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So basically what happened is, we made a covenant with we made an oath with the Lord. The Lord said, keep my commandments. If y'all don't keep my commandments, a punishment gonna happen to y'all. But our ancestors, they didn't keep the commandments of the Lord. They kept going off into wickedness. So I'm going to show y'all just a few of these curses that was going to happen to us to prove that we the people of the Bible. Because we the only race of people that fit these punishments that I'm going to show y'all, which means we the Israelites, and the Bible is talking about our people. So get 16, King.
Cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field.
So the first curse that the Lord said was going to happen to the Israelites, he said that we're going to be cursed in the city. So what race of people live poorer than us in any city? None. We live the poorest as a race of people. We occupy the projects. We the only race of people that's talking about a trap house. You know what I'm saying? We live poor here. You know, living under bridges, asking for change. As a people, we live cursed in the city. What he said after that?
And cursed shalt thou be in the field.
And cursed should I be in the field. What race of people y'all know was cursed in the field? Us. The Bible talking about us. We are the people of the Bible, and this is why we went through slavery. And I say this all the time. It wasn't because the white man was stronger than us to put us in chains. It wasn't because he was smarter than us. It's because they tried to brainwash us. And it's a punishment. It's because the Lord allowed it to happen. If the Lord didn't allow this to happen, it wasn't no way in hell the white man was going to put us in slavery. Ain't no way. You got like 500 slaves on one plantation, and you got one slave master. We didn't do nothing. 500 slaves, one man with a gun. We couldn't do nothing. It's because it's a curse on us from God. Give me 37, please.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 37. And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb and a byword among all nations, whether the Lord shall lead thee.
So the Lord said we're going to become an astonishment. Now, astonishment is basically when somebody do something, it's like, now when you look at our people, we are the astonishment now. They don't look at us as kings no more. They look at us as niggas. And then you walk beside their car, they lock their door. You walk beside them, they turn their purse over to this side. Who is the main people doing the crate chop? Breaking their we ain't here trying to buy something from your store and you trying to get us quickly out of here. Because we at Proverbs. What does he say?
And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb and a byword among all nations, where the Lord shall lead thee.
So he said we're going to become a byword now. A byword is a name that you are not. So that's what we call ourselves black now. That's what we call ourselves African American because we truly forgot who we was. We've been going to school, you know what I'm saying? We've been going to school about our whole life, and we're not getting taught nothing about our history. Especially in high school, they start our history off at 16, 19. Why they can't tell us who we was before slavery? They make us think our history started off in slavery.
Man, that's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. Think about it. They start our history off at 16, 19. But they history, they tell us about what they was before. Abraham Lincoln, Abraham Lincoln, Johnny Appleseed, he said he was the first man to plant an apple tree. All these people we learn about the Greeks, about Alexander the Great. We learn about them, about Greek mythology, but we don't learn about our history though. They don't want us to know who he is.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 17 and verse 4. And thou even thyself shalt discontinue from the heritage that I gave thee. It will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not. and he has kindled a fire in mine anger, which shall burn forever.
Right. So the Lord said this is part of the curse as well. He said that we're gonna discontinue from our heritage. Think about it. We don't even know our heritage. Our heritage is not playing basketball. Our heritage is not on the grill cooking. We don't know our heritage. We don't know our dress code. We don't know our language before slavery. We don't know our dress code language. We don't know our culture. We don't know nothing. We wasn't speaking English before we came over here on slave ships. This is not our tongue. We were speaking Hebrew. That's our original language. When we came over here, they beat English into it, and they also beat this what we. I just had to bring it for. They also beat everything into us basically here. We don't know nothing about it. They hid all our history.
Dang, that's crazy. That's probably why, like, even like with the World Cup going on, like, Negroes in America, we really don't have no team in the World Cup.
We don't.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody got a team to root for, and I guess all we can root for is like America.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's like, that's crazy, man.
For the enemy.
Right. And even going to the United Nations, we're the only people that don't have no seat in the United Nations.
That's wild.
Or the EU.
Or the EU. So
wild.
they tell you right there that they don't want you to know something. Now, I'm going to show you again that it's definitely talking about our
learning.
people.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 54.
And it's something that they're not going to tell us in school. And it's all in the Bible right here.
So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eye shall be evil towards his brother.
So the Bible said we used to be tender and delicate amongst each other as so-called black people. Even in the early 60s, we always looked after each other. But the Bible says now, since we didn't keep God's commandment, we're going to have an evil eye towards our brother.
Dang, that's why we killing each other,
That's why we
man.
killing each other. Black on black crime,
Wow.
gang violence, you know what I'm saying? Dissing each other in rap music. We the only people in rap music that diss each other. You don't hear that in country music. John dissing Tanner. You don't hear that.
And we killing each other over colors too, like
Over color. Over blocks that we don't
Crips
even
and
own.
Bloods, man. That's wild, man.
Think about it.
Read that one again real quick.
Get that again.
So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eye shall be evil towards his brother.
So we got an evil eye towards our brother now. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we can't even stand each other. You look at a brother or sister in their face for 3 seconds. Brother gonna want to fight. He might want to shoot you, bro. What's up, bro? We the only people that do that. Don't step on his Jordan, and they gonna shoot you. You might pull out a gun and shoot you.
Crazy.
It ain't nothing but a flyer.
We the only, and even women, she might be like, well, she got her head in, who she think she is? She ain't all that pretty. We the only people that hate on each
You
other.
should check out, you should talk to these brothers about
We like crabs in a bucket. So the Bible says we're gonna have an evil eye towards our brother as well.
And toward the wife of his bosom,
And
that brother right
and
there.
toward the remnant of his children, which he shall lead.
so this history, the Bible says we're either gonna have an evil eye towards the wife of our bosom and towards the remnant of our child, which we shall lead. So what race of people did as a whole that didn't grow up with a dad in the household? It's a lot of us. There's not no coincidence that half of us didn't grow up with a dad in the household. It's because we the only race of people. And the other race as a whole, they got their dad in the household. They grew up with their dad. But when it comes to so-called blacks and Latinos, we don't have our father in the household. We gotta be raised by our mother.
Hey, I heard somebody had a joke back when I was like in high school, man. It said
Elevator.
an elevator. Yeah, you heard that one too. It said an elevator can raise a family, but a black man can't, bruh. And that's really crazy, bro.
Proverb.
That's crazy, bruh.
Yeah. So that's why, you know,
And you saying that's a curse on our people?
that's a curse on our people. And we see it right now. This was written thousands of years ago. This Bible, this is called prophecy. This is something called prophecy when it was written thousands of years ago, and it's coming to pass right now. So we know that it's talking about us because as a whole people, we didn't have our dad in the household. Now our mother got to work 3 or 4 jobs to try to put food in our mouth. Right? And that's happened to us. Give me one more quick. Give me 68. And give me Exodus 22, King. We got bring it out.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32 and verse 30. And this is for what people might say, if God loved us so much or we a chosen people, then why would he put us in slavery? Or like the brother said, how if we the strongest, the fastest, and the smartest, did the white man overtake us?
Right.
But this is what this word. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32 and verse 30. How should one chase 1,000 and two put 10,000 to flight, except the rock had sold them and the Lord had shut them up? So that's how you know that the Lord was the one who did that to us. You know, you can't break down one of the strongest people ever. We don't have access to the help. You got to have a cheat sheet. You got to know something about him. You got to know their weakness, like Samson with his hair. You got to know something.
Gotta know something about him. That's what they did in the book of Judith. They tried to figure out what was our weakness to destroy him. Right? So get this real quick. 27.
27. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 47. Because thou servest not the Lord thy God with joyfulness and with the gladness of heart for the abundance of all things, therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger, in thirst, and in nakedness.
Hold on right here. So here go another curse that the Lord put on us. He said, since y'all didn't want to listen to me and obey me, like y'all said y'all would, y'all gonna have to serve y'all oppressors or enemies in hunger. So where y'all like to go eat at? Chick-fil-A? Who owns Chick-fil-A? Do our people own, I'm saying, do we own Chick-fil-A? We don't. What's your favorite food spot?
Jasmine's.
Do we own Zaxby's? We don't. Think about it. Think about these food places that we love going to. McDonald's, Chick-fil-A, Zaxby's, A-Town, did I say McDonald's?
Yeah.
You only eat at A-Town when you got.
Huh?
I said you the only one that eat at A-Town.
Crazy. but we don't own none of those. And he said, what else he said at the hunger?
And in thirst.
And in thirst. What y'all like to drink?
Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
Sweet tea.
Yeah, I mess with that water, man. You know, the Dasani.
Why we have to pay for water though?
That's a good
Right.
question.
That's a natural resource.
That's a good
That's
question.
why the Sonic nasty.
See that?
Hey, man.
You gotta think about that. Why we have to pay a water bill?
But then again, we don't even own Dasani, man.
We don't own that. Who owns it? So-called white man. Let's be real. He said thirst, and he said in nakedness. Where y'all like to go shop at?
Man,
Anywhere. Do we own JC Penney? We own them all. We don't even own the stuff that we think we own. Like Michael Jordan, he don't even own Nike all the way. You know, Nike own Jordan. Kanye don't even own Yeezy. Adidas got their hand in that. So it's like we don't even really own nothing here. And even if you do have a black-owned business, you still have to pay your taxes to the white man. So it's like they still making money off you because you have to go to them for everything. Everything. Literally, tell me something y'all don't have to go to them for nothing. Like, tell me what y'all don't have to go to them for. Like, everything.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 44. He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail.
Right, so he said he gonna lend to us, but we ain't gonna be able to lend to them. When we want a loan, we gotta go to them for that. They literally the head of us right now, and we the tail. But if we would have listened to God, we would have been the head, and they would have been the tail. We had a choice. You keep the commandments, you get these blessings. You don't keep them, you get these curses. Right?
Therefore thou shalt serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things.
So the Bible says in want of all things, you have to go to your oppressor. You want that new iPhone? You gotta go to Verizon. We don't own Verizon, or we don't own Apple. We really don't own nothing here. Like, what's something we own here?
I guess the word nigga, like Kanye was saying.
Yeah.
That's it. A
Fubu.
word.
I think Fubu.
But think about it.
Some of the African food?
Fubu.
No, that's
Oh.
like the brand. Fubu.
What the fuck is FUBU?
Yeah, Fubu.
That
I used to
was,
wear Fubu when I
What it
was
stand
young,
for?
uh,
Fudge Bios, yeah.
Bios.
Who he pays taxes
Oh.
to?
Exactly.
So he still pays tax to the white man. The Rockefellers and the Rothschilds, they over the bank. They over the money. They print money out. So we have to go to them anything that we want. Balenciaga, we don't own that.
And you know what's crazy though? What's crazy is because, you know, we live in a society where it's just like, even the music we listen to, we all about being black. We all about black culture, black this. But we brag about wearing other nations' apparel. Like, we'll say, man, I'm for my people. I love black people, this, that, and the third. But then we'll be saying, oh, I got, you know what I'm saying? I got these Louis V's on my feet. You know what I'm saying? Louis V around my waist.
Right.
And when we got people, you know what I'm saying? Some of our brothers and sisters who actually make like shoes. You know what I'm saying? There are some so-called black-owned shoe businesses that, even though they still pay taxes to the so-called white man, that you could at least do your due diligence, at least wear some black-owned brand, but we don't want to do that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
We want to wear that expensive.
We want to wear that stuff that make it look like we got it. You know what I'm saying?
hey, somebody was telling me something like, the Bible said that, it talks about us being on like those slave ships.
Oh yeah, you right. 28:16. The Bible talk about us being on slave ships.
It's
We
talking
know-
about like the ones that's on those pictures.
Yeah.
What's your name, brother?
My name is Ashton, man. I'm really, up here visiting.
The Bible do talk about us going on slave ships. That's all. That's right.
This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
So he said he gonna do what?
Bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
So the Lord said he gonna bring us, the Israelites, into Egypt again with ships. But let me show y'all what that word Egypt means. Because Egypt, it got a meaning to this verse right here. I'm gonna show you what it means.
Oh, so you saying that's not the real Egypt?
That's not the real Egypt. And I'm gonna prove that because you know, y'all ever heard of the story of Moses when he came and told Pharaoh to let my people go? He parted the Red Sea. Y'all ever heard that? And the Israelites came out with him. I'm going to show you something real quick.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 20 and verse 2. I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage.
So that word Egypt just means bondage. That's what it's talking about. Because the Lord said he's going to bring us into Egypt again with ships. That word Egypt just means bondage because when you get into the story of the Israelites, we was in slavery in Egypt. So we talking about bondage. So we read that again, too.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
With what?
With ships.
With a boat.
With ships.
With a plane.
With
We're going
ships.
to swim over here.
With ships.
The Lord said he's going to bring us over into bondage again with ships. Now, what race of people came over here by transportation of a ship? Black people. Right?
But you know, I heard like Hispanics, you know, they got shipped to Spain too, though.
Hispanics too. They are people too. Not even just us. That's why we say we Israelites. Hispanic and Native Indians, they are our people too.
So you saying like we like one people?
We one people. Y'all ever seen like a Hispanic that y'all they just like us? Think about it. They in the hood like us. They occupy the jail system like us. Hispanics going through the same thing we going through because we the same as that people. The only difference is the language. They was conquered by the Spaniards. That's why they speak Spanish, right? So us and Hispanics are literally the same people. We just got sent in different places on the ship. So they are people too. That's why when black and brown, so-called black and brown come together, it's powerful. They fear that, especially under the Most High God. Because when we come under the Most High God, nobody can stop us. That's why they're destroying us mentally with the music that we listen to, with the food that we eat. They trying to destroy us because they don't want us to really open up a book and be like, oh, it's talking about us. We gotta come back to God. They don't want that. They want you to be. They want us to keep being dumb niggas. Let's be real. Or that nigga ain't gonna read. Throw that nigga a blunt. He gonna smoke it. He gonna forget about everything. Put some damn. Make some new Jordans, and he gonna forget about everything. It's gonna be down. It's gonna be 100 people in the line waiting on some Jordans to drop. What they call it? Camping out for some Jordans. They do all this to distract us because they know that we are the people of the Bible. Y'all know how Jesus was according to the Bible.
White, long hair.
You say that? Why you say that? Like,
People say it.
people say that, right? So how come they always say that, but they never show us how he really looked? People, you go to church, they got a blonde-haired man with blue eyes. You might go to your grandma's house, she got that big old image of Jesus. See, that's the first thing you see when you walk in the crib, that image of Jesus. But the Bible describes how he really looked. Some people say he didn't have a color. How he didn't have a color? He walked earth.
Yeah, that's right.
He all colors. He's Middle Eastern. That's the direction. That's the direction. How you Middle Eastern? Right? They say he was a white man, but let's show you how he really looked according to the Bible. He was one of us.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 1 and verse 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool.
Hold up. So the Bible said his head and his hairs were white like wool. So we know that image that we see of Jesus in the churches. He got blonde, stringy hair.
Yeah.
So that's against the Bible. The Bible said he had white woolly hair. Now all of us over here got woolly hair. It might not be white, but it's a texture, like a sheep. He had the same texture hair we had. It can lock up, it can twist, he can dread it up. He had the same texture hair that we had, like this.
White as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire.
So he had red eyes. He didn't have no blue eyes like you see in the churches. The Bible said he had red eyes though, so that's strike 2 of that image that we see is a lie.
And his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace.
So the Bible said because ain't y'all feet the same color y'all body, the top of y'all feet? It's the same color of your body. So the Bible said his feet was like brass. Y'all know what the color of brass is?
Like a penny.
Like a penny. He said as if it burnt in a furnace. So if you burn that penny, what color is it gonna turn? It's gonna get black. He was dark. So that image that they show us is not even close to how he really looked. All we gotta do is read. Give me Revelation 23. All we gotta do is literally read. We read all the answers in the Bible. We've been dang believing he a white man for the longest, but all we gotta do is pick up the Bible and read and be like, oh, the Bible say he a black man. So if he a black man and he an Israelite, how his people gonna look? Just the same way.
This is the book of Revelation chapter 1 and verse 3. Blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of this prophecy, and keep those things which are written therein, for the time is at hand.
So the Bible said, blessed is he that readeth. So that's why all the history that we need is in these books. And some of them, they be costing a lot of money because they don't want you to buy them. But the Lord said, blessed is he that readeth. Blessed is that sister and that brother that really take time and really get into the Bible and really study. Because right here, this book right here that people don't know about, this book is called the Apocrypha. And it just means hidden book. It's authorized by King James. Now it's 14 books in it. It's 14 books in here that was taken out the Bible. That's in this book right here. But if you get the King James 1611 version, it's already in here. But this book is part of the Bible. There's 14 books in here that they took out.
Why they take it out?
Because it's certain things that they didn't want you to know in here. There's certain prophecies in here that they didn't want you to know. There's certain captivities when you get into the Bible. Y'all know, y'all ever heard about the Greeks? You know how people play as Greeks and fraternities and sororities. When you get into the Bible, in this book right here, the Apocrypha, because you had brothers that was in that, was part of Greek fraternity. But when you get into the Bible, when you read First Maccabees and Second Maccabees in this book, it goes into the Greek captivity. Who was enslaved under the Greeks? The Greeks, Alexander the Great, when they talk about in school why he was such this great guy, he had our people in slavery. The Greeks slaughtered our people, man. They raped our people. They came into our temple and destroyed our temple. We don't know no better though. We don't know that because we don't got these books. So it's very important to read to see what you're missing so we can connect all these together. So this part of the Bible right here.
This is the book of Jeremiah 14 and 2. Judah mourning, and the gates thereof languish. They are black unto the ground, and the cry of Jerusalem is gone up.
Right, so the Jews, the real Jews, not those fake Jews over there that y'all ever seen Jewish people? Those
With the little hat.
with the little hats on.
Oh,
They
yeah.
say they Jewish, right? But think about it. That ISH at the end of the word Jew, it just means pertaining to or trying to be like. So just like somebody say you acting childish. Are you really a child or you acting like a child? If somebody say, oh bro, you acting girlish right now. Are you really a girl or you acting like a girl? Acting like a girl. So that's what they call themselves Jewish, because they not the real Jews. They trying to be us. Because it was a time they came into Jerusalem, where we from in 70 AD, and came and took over everything. That's why get Revelation 3, 2 and 9. We the real Jews. Y'all ever heard Kanye say we the real Jews? We are the real Jews. He wasn't tripping. We are the people of the Bible. Those people that was during the Holocaust, those wasn't the real Jews. Those are the people that stole our identity. Check this out.
This is the book of Revelation chapter 2 and verse 9. I know thy works and tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich. And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but they are the synagogue of Satan.
So we not really right here. We're not really saying that we the Jews. We think we black and African American. But we saying we the Jews because we read and seen that. But as a people, as us as a whole, we not walking around saying we the Jews. But the Bible said those people that saying they Jews are the synagogue of Satan. They not the real Jews. We are the real Jews. We are God's people, right? But we don't know that because, like I said, we've been taken away from our identity, our heritage, our language, our culture. We only know what we've been taught here. We wasn't celebrating Christmas back when we were in our homeland. We wasn't celebrating Halloween. We wasn't celebrating Thanksgiving or Thanksgiving. We wasn't celebrating that stuff. We wasn't we wasn't doing that stuff. We weren't smoking blunts. We're only doing that because what we taught here, what they allowing us to do here. So, yes, So it's time for us to wake up and come back to our God, because we are in the last days. We out here warning our people. Destruction is really coming to America. You know, we hearing about Russia, we hearing about Ukraine, we hearing about China, about they finna go to war. Hey, the Bible been talking about this since the beginning.
I heard about that too though, man. Somebody was telling me like the Bible speaks against Christmas.
Jeremiah 22. Everybody celebrate Christmas, right? Y'all celebrate Christmas?
Christmas
Y'all
is
don't?
my
Okay.
favorite
All right.
holiday.
Holiday, yeah. Jeremiah 22. Because where in the Bible does it say Jesus was born December 25th? It don't say it.
I give you $100 if anybody can find it.
$100. Where in the Bible do it say anything about reindeers, about elves? It don't say nothing about that. Because we've been taught to celebrate this day because that's all we know. As a young child, we ready for Christmas. But we don't really look into why we celebrate. We don't look into why we do stuff. Why are we celebrating this day? Like, why are we sitting here celebrating Halloween? You got people dressing up as demons. People got fake blood on them. People dressing up as witches. Why are we really celebrating these days? Why are we really doing that? Why are we really celebrating Thanksgiving, which was a genocide of the Native Americans, our people? Why are we celebrating these days? We got to sit here and really think about that, because we all used to do it.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 10 and verse 2. Thus says the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them.
So the Bible said, don't learn the way of the heathen. But as soon as we came over here on slave ship, we learned their ways. Like I was telling them, we wasn't speaking English when we came over the slave ship. We wasn't wearing, pants and things like that. You know what I'm saying? We had a dress code. We got our own holidays in the Bible. So we got our own holy days in the Bible. Who wasn't Christmas ain't in the Bible? Thanksgiving, Valentine's Day. These are not our days. These are Easter. But rabbits don't even lay eggs. Where they get a rabbit laying eggs from? That's not even real.
Ishtar.
Yeah, that's what it's called.
Ishtar.
It's a Greek, a Babylonian god.
Oh,
It's a pagan god. A pagan god of fertility, I believe.
Not I forgot his name. Well, the name of the dude is Tammuz. Tammuz, Ishtar is saying kind of like interchangeable. That's why, you know what I'm saying, you go look into the history of Easter. Really, when people get the calendar from in the days, the reason why Constantine the 13th changed the days from October the 10th to like October the 18th or something like that, it was because he wanted the calendar to align with Easter. You know what I'm saying? So that's why the calendar was changed like that.
Right. So like
Yeah, for a celebration of like Tammuz and Ishtar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So all these days that we celebrate in today's time, they're pagan. It's a devilish meaning behind all these holidays that we celebrate. So get Jeremiah 10:20. Yeah.
For the customs of the people are vain. For one cutteth a tree out of the forest, the work of the hands of the workmen with an axe. They deck it with silver and with gold.
So the Lord is telling us not to do this. He said, don't do this. And the Bible is basically telling you to
Wait, he told us not to do what? Read that again.
Read it again. This
For
is
the
what it says.
customs of the people are vain. For one cutteth a tree out of the forest, the work of the handsmen of the workmen with the axe. They deck it with silver and with gold.
Hold on, so what day that sound like? You put a tree in, don't be putting no Christmas tree in your house and decking it with silver and gold. What we do?
Do it.
And this is why we in the situation we in right now. This is why we going through what we're going through as a people.
It's a lot.
Because,
Salaki, if I can get a precept after
right,
you.
oh yeah. This is why we in the situation we in right now, because we disobeyed the Most High God. He said don't do that. And the reason why he said don't do that, because back in those times, that Christmas tree was a guide to the other people. And they would bow down to that Christmas tree and put presents under it to worship that tree, to give presents to the
like
tree.
an idol.
Like an idol. That's why they decked it with silver and gold, because they actually thought that tree was real. And that's what we're doing now. We don't know that though, because we into tradition. Or we just, and they try to blind us with the Christmas spirit, with the Christmas movie, with the Christmas lights. They try to blind you so you won't even think it's bad. You think Christmas is good because they got all the little reindeers on, they got Santa Claus, but it's really wicked though. Right? But you got some people.
Yeah, and I urge everybody out there to look it up. Don't take nothing we saying for granted.
Right.
Don't look it up right now. Christmas used to be illegal to celebrate in the U.S. until like 1850 or 1860. It used to be illegal.
They knew what it was.
1870 something, according to the brothers.
1870, yeah.
Because when Protestants came over here, they kind of like pilgrims, people that serve God, like a form of Christianity. They thought that it was an evil holiday, because even they knew where it came from. Look it up. Christmas used to be illegal to celebrate.
Right.
It's kind of like when you see people in India or different places, like how they kind of got a shrine, and they bring food and gifts and different things like that to it. Though that kind of sound like Christmas. It might not be in the form of a person, but it's a tree. And why any other time our parents tell us that they out here slaving, they working a job, they doing this, they doing that to provide for us. But then one day of the year, you mean to tell me that somebody let a fat white man down the chimney that ain't leave no fingerprints, no nothing, and he just gave us everything and we was cool? We don't even let Jehovah's Witnesses knock on the door. Everybody turn the lights off, they close the blinds and everything. We let a random white man come in the house? That don't even make sense.
Hey, that's crazy, man, because it's like, man, you gotta think about like our parents, man. They work their tail off. You know, black people, man. They got 2 jobs, right? Provide all these presidents and whatnot, and then you giving all that credit to the. That's wild.
Santa Claus.
That's wild.
And if any of y'all go to church, ask y'all pastor to show y'all where do it say Jesus was born December 25th. I want to challenge y'all to do that. He's not gonna be able to show you.
He or she ain't.
Yeah, he might be like, well, it's ain't that. Y'all look for it. The Bible don't say when he was born. So why are they lying to us, telling us that we celebrating Christmas for Jesus? It don't say when it don't say that. December 25th was actually a man named Nimrod. That's when he was born. So we really celebrating the birthday of a man named Nimrod. Not of our Savior, right? But you had to do something.
Yeah. And I just wanted to bring this out going into, you know, some people may not celebrate Christmas. Like, a lot of our people think they're smart now. So what they'll say, we'll ask people is like, why do you celebrate Christmas if, you know, the origin of Christmas is not really something that our people celebrate? They'll just be like, well, it's a time for family to get together the same way with Thanksgiving. They'll be like, we don't really celebrate Thanksgiving. We just want to get together as a family and eat food, stuff like that. Well, this is what the Most High said in this word, right? This is the book of Sirach, chapter 33, and verse number 7, right? And it says, why doth one day excel another, when as all the light of every day in the year is of the sun? So pretty much like the Most High made some days ordinary days, and he made some days holy days, right? He made some days higher than others. Like every day of the year, you know what I'm saying? On an average day, everybody's not finna get up and go buy an unclean ham to cook, mashed potatoes dressed in collard greens, cranberry sauce, you know, making sweet potato, pumpkin pie, whatever. Y'all not doing that every day.
Y'all only eat turkey when it's not Thanksgiving.
Right, you don't even really eat turkey like that for real.
I don't.
So why in the sense that all of a sudden now is when everybody got time to sit down and get off from work and congregate, now it's like, well, now I want to buy this turkey, I want to make all this food, right? If you don't do that every other day and you don't truly celebrate Thanksgiving, then why contribute to, you know what I'm saying, something that origin of it goes against the history of our people? Like, most I forbid, but if any of y'all had siblings or family, loved one that you may lost due to some type of violence, like just say you lost somebody due to gun violence, wouldn't that be disrespectful for your friends to say every year you're going to celebrate the death of whoever, this, that, and the third? To me, that would be disrespectful, because it's like, I don't want to, that's not a good memory to me. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to remember stuff like that happened bad. So why are we doing it? Because like we say, we use the excuse, well, time off. Well, you know, I don't really celebrate Thanksgiving. I just, you know, I don't celebrate Christmas. You know, but the Most High made ordinary days.
It's crazy, man, because, like, I heard Kyrie Irving said that he don't celebrate Thanksgiving, man.
And the report's still asking about
it. And, you know, it's wild, because it's like, he's not celebrating because it's like, it's a day that really the Pilgrims celebrated once they killed all the Native Americans.
Really?
And it's just, that would be like us celebrating the Holocaust.
Right.
To be honest.
If we celebrate the Holocaust, everybody got canceled. You know what I'm saying? But you got to cancel out.
No. That's what you said. Yeah, our people think Thanksgiving is just giving thanks. We celebrate Thanksgiving, you know, just to give thanks to come together with family. But it's deeper than that. It's deeper, you know what I'm saying? Like the brother said, when the Pilgrims came over and they slaughtered our people, because Native Americans are our people too. There are people, hey, Native Americans look at this something that look exactly like that, with the hair and everything. But they came over here and slaughtered our people, and they made a day called Thanksgiving to celebrate that day. But now we don't know that. We celebrate. Now let's be real. When food involved, we gonna be there. Hey, grandma cooking. What she cooking? She cooking some greens, some turkey, some ham. We finna go. We ain't gonna look at it and be like, oh, this is the genocide of my people, because food involved, and that's how they trick us. Going back to Christmas. Man, these kids don't care nothing about Jesus on Christmas. They want the present. My mom said she was gonna give me a new iPhone. They waiting for the gift. Valentine's Day. Oh, my baby finna give me some flowers. It's all about giving, but we're not looking at the deeper meaning of it to why we doing it. That's why it's important to know where we come from and know the things that we're doing, because we're gonna be judged by everything that we do here. Yeah. Look at that. What you got? No? Birthday?
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 20 and verse 14. Cursed be the day wherein I was born. Let not the day wherein my mother bare me be blessed.
So did y'all know that we're not really supposed to be celebrating our birthday? Y'all knew that? We're not. We're not supposed to be celebrating birthdays because that's like idolizing. We're not supposed to be putting ourselves on a high pedestal.
Oh, yeah.
And guess what? When it's your birthday, what you do? You put on your best outfit. You know, put your stuff on.
So nowadays people have birthday weeks and birthday months, man.
My celebrate the whole month.
You know, you see what I'm saying? That's us putting ourselves on a high pedestal, and it's only supposed to be one person that's doing that, which is the Most High God.
Hey, a lot of friendships have been broken because of birthdays, man.
Yo,
a lot of them.
Nobody, you ain't telling them happy birthday.
I had that happen to me this year, bro. I didn't tell my friend happy birthday. Wow. Every platform.
See that? Why do we blow out candles? And why do they say make a wish? Don't that sound like some witchcraft?
Some voodoo.
Close your eyes and make a wish. And you blowing out the candle.
And you can't tell nobody either.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like that.
You gotta keep it a secret.
It's a secret. What you wishing for? I used to be praying when they say make a wish. I used to start praying in my head when I was celebrating my birthday. But That's why we telling y'all this. We are doing stuff that we've been taught here. Because like I said, the Bible said we was going to discontinue from our heritage. So the stuff that we're doing right now, we're not supposed to be doing. So, but I'm finna show y'all real quick. Ain't gonna have y'all long. Give me Jeremiah. What you got? You got something? Deuteronomy 10 and 12. Exodus 11 and 7. Real quick. Now we finna show y'all what the Bible said.
This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 10 and verse 12. And now Israel, what does the Lord thy God require of thee?
So we know that we are the Israelites. We're not African American, not black, not Negroes. We are the biblical Israelites, the real Jews that the Bible speaks about. So now we're finna see what God requires of us being his children.
But to fear the Lord thy God, to walk in all his ways, and to love him, and to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul. To keep the commandments of the Lord and his statutes which I command thee this day for thy good.
So now we know what the Lord requires of us. We can't just say that we love God. Because love is an action word. Right? Somebody have to put forth action for you to know that they love you, right? So you say you have your mama, right? She say I love you all the time, but she never do nothing for you. She always slapping you in the face. She's throwing the dishes at you. Telling you go in there and cook. Go in there and cook me, son. Man, you're not gonna believe her when she said that she love you. Love is an action word. So when we say that we love God, we have to John 14:50. We have to put forth that action to show God that we love him. We have to, because the Bible says faith without works is dead. You can't just have faith without works. You have to have both of them because your works show your faith. Like right here, when we out here bringing the word out to our people, coming from this way, this way, this way, this way, this our works. This is what's showing, we showing the Lord that we love him by the works that we doing for him.
This is the book of Isaiah chapter 1 and verse 3. The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master crib. But Israel do not know, my people does not consider.
So the Bible, now the axe, he said the axe and the ox.
Yeah.
The axe and the ox, right? Those are two of the dumbest animals. Two of the dumbest animals. But they know who their master is. They know who their owner is. When they get lost, they know who their owner is. But the Bible said, but Israel, my people, we don't even consider. We don't take time out our day to really get to know our God. We don't really show our God we really love him. You know what I'm saying? We have to put forth that action. We have to be reading. We have to be studying. We have to be fasting. We have to take steps forward to show our God that we love him. So,
This is the book of John, chapter 14, and verse 15. If you love me, keep my commandments.
So the Bible says if you love him, you're going to keep his commandments. Now I'm going to show y'all a few commandments that we have to keep. I ain't going to get in all of them, but it's more than 10 commandments. We taught that it's only 10 commandments. Thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not commit adultery, keep the Sabbath day. We know these commandments, but it's more commandments all throughout the Bible that we have to keep that we don't know. Did y'all know, you probably know, I told you, but did y'all know it was a dietary law? Y'all know what a dietary law is? Yeah. It's basically like a diet. It's certain meats that you're not supposed to eat, that we love eating as a people, that we consume on a daily basis. What y'all think it is?
Fried chicken. Pork.
Chicken straight.
Pork.
Pork.
Oh yeah, pork.
Pork. What else?
Shrimp.
Dang.
Lobster.
She was just gonna go to Juicy Crowd tonight. Look at her. Guilty.
See that? Now it's a reason why though. Now the Lord ain't just saying not to eat it because he's just saying it just to say it. No, you can look into the health benefits of literally eating those meats. They killing us right now. They're not killing us.
So what meat can we eat?
Huh?
Turkey.
We can eat turkey.
Turkey, chicken, lamb,
Oxtail.
Goat.
Think about it, you don't really need to eat pork. You got all these different meats.
I stuff pork.
Yeah.
I stuff from that.
What about the crowd though? What about shrimp?
I need a little time on that.
All right.
just
Need a
work on
little
it.
time.
Just work
I
on
work
it.
on progress.
Yeah, bring it up.
This is the book of Exodus chapter 11 and verse 7. But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue.
I got you.
My bad.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 11, and verse 7. And the swine, though he divide the hoof and be cloven footed, yet he cheweth not the cud. He is unclean to you. Any of y'all watch, what's that jump? Not Long Order.
And swine is pork.
Criminal Minds?
Yep.
Yeah.
Watch what?
Criminal Minds.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
There was an episode on Criminal Minds, all that stuff based on a true story. There was somebody that was killing people and disposing of bodies by feeding them pigs. So a pig will eat anything. And a pig doesn't have adequate quick sweat glands. So don't you know how like when you sweat, people say you get toxins out your body, it's good for you, it's healthy. If a pig don't do that, then imagine all the stuff that's inside of it.
That's why when you get sick, you get a fever because your body is heating up the bacteria to kill it. But if a pig not doing that, then that means everything that it's eating, everything that's bad. I mean, think about what they feed a pig. They don't feed a pig feed how they do a horse or a goat. They feed it slop. That's what they call it.
And the pig need to look at his owner. If you throw a pig some food, he's not even gonna look at you to see what you feed him. He's not gonna look at your face. He's gonna just eat it. You throw a pig a dead rat, he gonna eat it. You know what I'm saying? That's the nastiness about a pig. And that's why we got high blood pressure as a people. We number one on the charts of diabetes because of the food that we eat. That's why grandma gotta get her legs cut off because she's eating all the pork.
Nah, not her legs cut off.
Yes,
Get
man.
her legs cut off from right here.
Grandma soul
Big
food
mama.
a little
Be
too
cool
much.
to grandma.
Soul food, yeah.
Who the auntie is somebody?
Hey, auntie then. Auntie too, she getting her legs because we eating this stuff. I got heart problem because we eating because cancer is in the food.
Yeah, honestly, I can say that because my mama, she had high blood pressure. She used to take medication for it. She hated medication. But she like completely stopped eating pork and now she ain't got to worry about it. So it was like in a matter of like, it wasn't even years. It was like months and you could tell she wasn't worried about her blood. But she put that thing away. She was like, I stopped eating pork. And everything good pork, she just stopped eating it. And she just completely good. She ain't got to worry about her blood pressure.
That's so
True. That's why I stopped eating pork.
That's why they gave us the food and that's why they threw it to us in slavery. You want some food? Here goes some chitlins.
We the only people.
Pig.
We the only people who make delicacies over leftovers.
That's it.
Yeah.
Dog, we eat. This don't even sound right. Whoever in their right mind decided to eat a pig foot? We didn't do that by. We didn't do that by choice.
Chitlins.
Chitlin, what is that? Wait,
Chitlins.
I don't even know what it is.
Pig
No, I
intestine.
don't even know what it is. It sounds weird, so I don't even go near it. But I don't even want to hear it. I don't know what it is.
I'm guilty of eating it.
Bologna
They be
time.
good though.
I can eat it, but as long as
Hey,
it smell
people
weird
be
to
eating
me, I
pork
never liked
rinds
it.
and stuff.
It
bro.
was used to be
They
good.
be good though.
Pork
Some of them
rinds?
used to be good.
No, like,
Nah,
what is neck bones?
The
now?
chitlin.
Neck bone.
That's chicken.
I know,
Neck
I
bones
know.
majority like chicken and turkey.
Oh, you know what? That's good.
Yeah.
I can stay with up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
neck
that's
bones
it.
majority
Chicken.
chicken and turkey.
Alright,
Yeah.
But like pig intestines, what's the name of the dang pig? You got pig intestines. Oh no, you just said it. Pork rinds. How they pour they
Yes,
make
they
pork
put
rinds by
boiling water on
boiling
it.
hot water on the pig's skin, and it just like
Kill it off.
it blisters up, and then it gets hard, and then they just cut it off and feed it, put it in the bag, call it pork rinds. That's how they make it.
Look, it's a video.
Wow.
on YouTube.
See, that's why I don't look at videos on YouTube. I don't do that.
Hey, be real though.
You need to, man. You gotta know what you eat.
I'm glad
You gotta know what they say. You are what you eat. So
Exactly.
he eat damn
come on.
pork. That's what the Lord said because our body. I'm gonna show you that in a minute.
Also, you know what's so crazy? Though, what I really but I do not like. But I said I don't like. But if you really like understand, take a look at it. When they go, okay, the white places, right? They have like Hallmarks and stuff like that. But then they have in the black community, they got
Right.
Walmart. And I'm like,
Right.
you see all of them like just shopping in there with all the good stuff and all the good fruit and the good. They have like. That's why you wonder why the candy's so expensive because it's actually not saying candy, but everything is so expensive in the whole, like the Hallmark, like.
Yeah.
Grocery shops, and it's always in the white community. It's never in our community. I'd be like, what up? Like,
They be eating right. They be having that
they
good
be having
food.
all the stuff that's right, and then they get in a black community, Walmart, and,
Liquor stores.
yes,
And they be
liquor
putting the
stores. I'd be
prices up like you
okay.
said, just because they know we're not gonna be able to afford that, the good
I was
stuff.
like,
So like,
man,
and if
that
I
is
could too,
disrespectful.
King, because I did a project on this a few years back during the pandemic. It's called like food insecurity. And pretty much if you go to a majority, not all of them, you know what I'm saying? I'd be a lie if I said all of them. But if you go to a lot of communities that our people dwell in, you will see a lot more fast food restaurants and a lot less grocery stores, even Walmarts and market stores, because in our communities, you know what I'm saying, we eat more fast food and we consume more of that stuff than anything. Yeah, so it's just like that's called food insecurity. Why like people get whole in other communities, they get like all these fresh market grocery stores, and we get the bottom tier stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Food insecurity. That's a big problem for our people, which is why a lot of our people are diabetes, hell, even like myself, obese, just eating wrong foods. You know what I'm saying?
So then, how will you challenge yourself to make it better? Like, that's when you.
Oh, you gotta get a car and then go to the white people's neighborhood and then
Okay, look.
shop
Okay,
Oh my
over
now,
there.
God.
now that you know the information, now it's up
Eat
to
better.
you.
Well,
to
yeah,
eat better
that's what I
and
said. I think a lot of my obesity came from when I was living in the world, like, you know what I'm saying, like our people now, you know, eating all the pork, you know what I'm saying, eating everything
Yeah,
I
like
can
you working
find.
so hard, so you go get McDonald's real
Right.
quick. Yeah.
But like
you
I was-
I'm finna go to McDonald's right quick.
But
I'm
like I
fine.
told my brothers,
Okay.
man, I've always been like an athlete. So
Same.
I play football, I do all the working out. I never had a problem in that area. It is just the diet, though. The diet has to change, and that's a lot of the reason why what these brothers are saying when they talk about, you know, Leviticus chapter 11, our dietary laws. Everybody don't have the same reaction to the same action. You know what I'm saying? But it just hits people a little hard in some way. Like for me, all that stuff I was eating blew me up. You know what I'm saying? So it's just about changing what I eat. And even still now, even with understanding the law of the Most High and obeying the law of the Most High, now is I got to go a little harder than most people because some people I know can eat everything under that and be perfectly fine. But it's just some people, they just get it worse. And a lot of our people get it worse than anybody, which is why we have those actions. But you can go ahead, King Salaki. I'm not
That's a good point.
Hey, you good too, man. You good, yeah. Nah, you good.
Even y'all can go to YouTube right now on y'all phone. It's a lady, right? She had some pork chop, and she had like some Pepsi, and she poured the Pepsi on the pork, and maggots came out the pork chop. It was on YouTube. You can look it up. Women pours Coke on Pepsi.
You for real?
On pork. Look it up. Women pours Coke on pork. Maggots came out. That's what we eating though. You know what I'm saying? Get very quick.
Don't look it up.
It's real though. Like,
That's what I'm doing.
So just imagine a pig eat a dead human being.
I know.
So just imagine a pig ate a dead human being.
And then you eating that pig.
And we eating that pig.
Yes.
And that carries spirits too. So you wonder why I'm depressed out of nowhere.
Alright.
Stressed out. Hey, spirits transfer with food, with music.
Not the same.
Man, that makes sense.
You know what?
It's soul time.
Soul time. Yeah. Like you wonder why like you was cool at first. Now you just did that. You're like, dang, I'm depressed. Cause his demons that was on him transferred through you.
Hey, it just sound crazy, but that's real stuff though.
Real
Like,
stuff.
why do you think they be talking about how they kill animals and why that's important as well?
Because it's all dealing with like hormones too. So like
Yeah,
you
release
eat a
certain
dead
stuff in your
something
blood.
dead, the hormones that you release when you die and whatnot, the pig is gonna consume that, and then you eat the pig, you consuming all of that stuff that he had in him too. So it's like,
So that's why, it depends on how you kill an animal, how you butcher it, if you slit its throat, or if you put it inside the little thing.
Wait, I have one more question. I'm sorry for y'all.
You good?
But then,
You good?
I have friends that are like from, like they're more of from Africa, I'm like, okay. And then like they won't eat pork. That's why I'm saying like they'll eat like different things. So like it's not stuff that really like makes sense, but it's like be open your eyes. That's why my mama, she stopped. I'm a PK, but then like my mama, she somehow like stopped like going that way, and she's like doing something she's not a Muslim like that. She's just like
she believes in the Bible, but
yeah,
not.
she's she's opening up her eyes because she's talking about something. Y'all know something? I can't. She keep saying it. I don't want to say it wrong. That would be cursed, but what's his name?
Yahweh.
Yahweh. Yes.
Yahweh.
That. I don't know. Yahweh. I don't know what it is. So she just saying like.
His name is Yahweh.
Yahweh.
That's another name. But they say God. You call him Yahweh.
Yeah. So I don't know. And she's just more of like
She believes in the Bible, but she doesn't believe in the religion of Christianity.
Yeah, like
no
she
more.
like just like yesterday on the phone. She was like, "Yeah, I know. I ain't doing that Christmas stuff, so I don't expect nothing from my pockets beyond Thanksgiving."
She's trying to come into the truth.
I'm like, Mom, and then I'm like,
right,
she's like, well, you ain't getting no Christmas gun too much. You like a coat or something, because I'm not buying this, that. I don't celebrate that Christmas.
Yeah,
like,
it was just talking about Christmas.
I'm like, dang.
See that? So she knows. Like,
yeah, like saying, but like now, it's like I'm, even though I'm young, I'm a young adult, I'm actually like in there. Like,
right.
I'm not offended to it. I'm like, okay, yeah, I understand it.
You know what I'm saying?
It makes sense when you put the pieces
It makes
together.
sense.
It's logical.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say it might not make sense right now, but just think about it a little bit. Research some of the things that we said. Just think about it. Start asking questions. If you don't know something, or you think of somebody that might, like we said, ask the pastor about something and see his reaction versus our reaction. When you ask us something, you're gonna see a little bit of a difference sometimes. That's all it is. It just takes time.
Right.
Even everybody up here, we didn't just stop doing everything in one day. It takes time.
So do y'all have like a ceremony or something like that, or do y'all just go around spreading the word like
What you mean like ceremony? Different like days that we celebrate?
No, like
a
church.
Like congregation.
Oh, church.
Something like that.
We all spread out.
Then I'm saying y'all just spread out. Y'all don't
Do
have
y'all
like
go
a
here?
church.
I do. We used to.
You used to.
You used to.
So then what's not saying I don't keep saying church, but like you have like
A gathering,
like a gathering,
school?
like
Organization?
like usual, like no, that usual, like you wake up, go to church,
Oh, okay.
then like like something like that.
Some brothers, I know some brothers have their own school, but like I'm gonna show you something. Give me Matthew 18:20. I'm gonna show you something real quick. Because you have brothers, they have their own schools that they go to, right? But we got this right here is the church, in a sense. Because the Bible said when 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, I'm in the midst of this.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 18, and verse 20. For where 2 or 3 are gathered together in my name, there am I in the midst of them.
So, hey, it's like church right here. Like, you don't got to be sent down giving your money to the pastor. what I'm saying? Hey, this church right here, we literally in church right here on a Saturday.
Yeah.
Which is the Sabbath day, because Sunday not really the real Sabbath day.
I never understood why everyone was so against Saturdays. I never, like I said, like I have a lot of questions. I question a lot of stuff. But like, so
So you can ask any question you want.
what's going on with Saturday and Sunday? What's the difference?
I mean, yeah, I mean, I just got history. So, at one point in time, there wasn't even 12 months, but there was a Roman or Greek emperor that changed that. We had some people like Julius Caesar, that's where we get July from. Was it Romulus Augustus?
Romulus? Yeah, Romulus.
Oh, yeah, Romulus Augustus, that's where you get August from and things like that. So, when you break down the months and you look at time and prefixes and suffixes, that means 10, but that's what we got December from, but it's the 12th month, but it's really supposed to be the 10th month. So it was certain months that were added in to make up for more time, basically. And then there was a change in calendar. Even April Fool's. The reason where that came from is because once they added new months into the year, instead of celebrating it in January, because that was a new month that was added, people that were still celebrating it in April, they would laugh at them because they wasn't up with the times.
No April Fool. Okay, that makes sense.
So there was just months added, and that's where things changed. You know, even Saturn worship, things like that, or sun worship is really where Sunday comes from,
Right.
Constantine and things like that. So that's just really what it is. It was just a point in time where the calendar changed from what we have now or what it used to be. There was months added, days changed, and that's why they celebrate it on Sunday now.
I got a precept. It's the book of Daniel, chapter 7 and verse 25. And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws, and they shall be given into his hand until the time and the dividing of time.
Right, so they changed the days and the law. They changed literally everything. They say a new day is at 12 o'clock at night. Do it make sense for a new day to be at pitch black, 12 o'clock at night?
No.
Do it make sense for the new year to be when it's cold and everything's dead? Would it make sense for a new year to be when things growing? That's when it be a new year?
Yeah, it should be spring or something.
Yeah,
It is.
It is. That's the real new day. The real new day, the real new year is not in January. So we've been taught, a lot of stuff. But you said, what's the difference between Saturday and Sunday? Saturday in the Bible is a holy day though. Y'all ever heard of the Sabbath day? A day of rest?
Yeah.
That day is on Saturday. But the church, they celebrate it on Sunday. Now I'm going to show you how we know it's on Saturday.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 20 and verse 8. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work. But the 7th day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gate.
Right. So the Bible say the Sabbath day is on the 7th day of the week. So if y'all look at y'all calendar right now, what's the 7th day of the week?
Saturday.
Saturday, yeah. Sunday. I said Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Yeah. I used to think the Saturday. Sunday too.
Saturday. Sabbath day, Saturday.
Yeah.
And even in Spanish,
Sabado.
Dang, I was just gonna say that.
Spirit. Sabado, which is the Sabbath, is on Saturday. So the 7th day is a day that we're supposed to be with. But I'm gonna ask you a question. When do y'all think a new day starts?
A new day. When the sun rises or something.
Yeah.
I'm gonna show you. Yeah, at least she didn't say 12 o'clock at night though.
That don't even make sense.
People think that 12 o'clock at night is finally Sunday.
I'll be
I'm
like,
gonna go to church.
Uber person. I'll be like, okay, it's nighttime.
It's like, it don't even make sense.
Spirit.
This is the book of Genesis. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 1 and verse 5. And God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And the evening and the morning were the first day.
Right, so the evening and the morning was the first day. So a new day would be when the sun goes down. So you know how the sun go down around like 6, 7. That's when it's gonna be
I
Sunday.
feel like all that stuff came from trying to make some organization. Basically, all that stuff came. They just put some stuff in to make some organization. That's all it came.
They did it like
And
cause confusion, cause confusion.
people were like, oh, what's new day? New day, new day. Just said, hey, look, it's Friday 12. Can we have
Yeah.
people?
Trying to, it don't even make sense. 12
Yeah,
o'clock.
trying to make sense and stuff like that.
It don't make sense. So a new day starts when the sun goes down. So when the sun go down around 7, that's when it's gonna really be Sunday. So the Sabbath day actually starts Friday sundown. So when the sun go down Friday, that's when it's Saturday. So it's Friday sundown to Saturday sundown. And that's the day when you're supposed to just be relaxing. We ain't supposed to be buying and selling and cooking on the Sabbath day. The Sabbath day is just supposed to be that you're supposed to be chilling. And what day do our people buy most all their stuff?
Sunday.
Saturday. You said Saturday?
No, I didn't. I said Sunday.
You said Sunday? I'm saying like they get paid on Friday, right?
Yeah.
So they went on Saturday they ready to blow that check. Yeah, on Saturday.
That's usually when people like go to the mall and stuff.
Yeah,
The club.
Yeah, what they gonna do? Put that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
On Saturday though. Saturday is the day that most people do the wickedness on. But Saturday is supposed to be the day that we chilling.
This is the book
I
of
said that's
Exodus,
true.
chapter 31, and verse
Yeah.
13. Speak thou unto the children of Israel, saying, Verily my Sabbath shall ye keep, for it is a sign between me and you throughout your generations, that ye may know that I am the Lord, that I am the Lord that do sanctify you.
So the Lord loved us so much, He gave us a day for us just to relax. Like think about it. You have a lot of us who got schoolwork, you got exams, jobs. The Lord gave us a day. He like, okay, on this day, y'all, I want y'all just to relax. I know what y'all going through. I need y'all just to relax. So this is what we supposed to be relaxing. The Sabbath day, Saturday is the most, that's an important day for us to be chilling. You know what I'm saying? Talking to brothers out here. We out here doing the work for the Lord on the Sabbath day. Because the Lord said you can do good on the Sabbath day. We out here to wake our people up. That's good. So going back to Leviticus 11 and 7. So we showed y'all at the port. Now if you read the whole Leviticus 11, it gets into like the whole dietary law that we can't eat. But we only getting a few of it because we finna get the ones that we know our people love to eat. So get the food and get Leviticus 7, 8.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 11 and verse 9. These shall ye eat of all that are in the waters. Whatsoever hath fins and scales in the waters, in the seas and in the rivers, them shall ye eat.
So the Bible said, now if y'all go to a seafood boil, y'all can only eat stuff that come out the waters that have fins and scales. But what do we love eating that don't have
Crab
fins,
legs, shrimp.
crawfish,
Mussels, oysters.
Yeah.
oysters?
Sister look kind of mad now.
Hey, I used to love
Lobster.
crab legs. I used to love putting them in some dipping.
Hey, you know catfish don't have scales either.
They
though.
don't.
Yeah.
You gotta have fins and scales. It just can't have fins and no scales. You have to have both. So the reason why the Lord said don't eat crab, shrimp, and lobster and oyster, because they're the same as the pig. When you bust up with a crab, what you think that yellow stuff is? Think it's butter.
Shit.
Exactly.
That's what it
Piss.
is.
Think about it. Those are the only animals that you have to clean like that. You don't gotta devein no other animal. It'd be shit in there. You don't wanna eat that. Or even when you open the crab leg up, like you said. Now, I never had them because I was allergic my whole life, but I seen people eat them my whole
Good
life.
for you.
Right. It's gonna be
Sorry.
good.
Sorry.
It's good, but it ain't good for you.
I tasted it before. It's not even all that. You gotta eat it.
You tasted it, but you allergic?
Yeah, I had a little bit. It's not even that good for real. They ain't doing nothing but boil it and putting the Old Bay on there.
Now this one you have to chew
And butter.
It'd be good though.
They say shrimps are the roasted
Then you
seafood.
gotta eat it.
Y'all missed
Yeah, they
some
say
more
the
stuff,
shrimp is a
though.
roasted
Yeah,
seafood.
that makes sense.
Hey,
You gotta eat it.
You can eat the
Y'all
corn, the
missing
potato, the
chicken.
sausage if it's turkey, yeah.
Man, you get that
That
seafood boil.
turkey sausage be like, mix all butter,
Right, but the crab, shrimp, the
Like,
lobster.
y'all missing my Hey, how about this? How about no eating no shrimp? But I can like eat the corn and the potato, put it in the sauce.
And the shrimp sauce.
He's talking about putting it in the sauce.
Yeah, I put it in the sauce. Not eating the crab and the shrimp. And
But it comes down to, do you love them crabs more than you love the Lord?
Yeah, that's true.
That's what it comes
Okay,
down
Mom.
to.
I'm gonna get that shrimp. I'm gonna get a shrimp.
Y'all like hot sauce?
No, I don't eat hot stuff.
Yeah.
I stopped eating.
You like
I'm
hot
a
sauce?
sports girl. I don't eat hot stuff. I do not eat that. Huh?
I said, you don't eat hot stuff? I know it's not
I'm
raining.
so like,
You can't even enjoy
Y'all
it. What you
here.
said, how you wait?
Bro, you can't even enjoy it. You're not even
your
tasting the
tongue,
food.
your
It just
taste
be
buds
hot,
is going burnt.
Man, you know y'all got them young palates.
I don't eat hot stuff. I can't do it.
I mean, I can eat something that's a little spicy, but if it's too much, I'm not gonna enjoy it.
I did sports my whole life. So like, I mean, when I was a kid and talking sports, I was like, what's that? I
Oh,
like
yeah, I
that.
used to buzz down.
I know saying like when the first time I was a kid, it used to be like,
talking by yourself.
Yeah.
You get talking, you gotta show.
I'm saying yes. So like, I mean, when it first came out, but in the midst of that, I was still doing sports, so I was like, I just had to like step back.
You look like
Yeah. If I may ask, I'm sorry, what are y'all wearing? I'm noticing like this.
Yeah, the bottom.
Numbers 15:38. Bring that out first. We're gonna show you.
So, well, don't talk to the fan, but I just want to know.
All right, we're gonna show you. But we get this verse. I'm gonna show you.
Okay.
We finna get this. So we finna show you about how our body is a temple, right? Our body is literally a temple for the Lord dwelling in. And I'm finna show you what he said he's gonna do to us to defile our temple, unclean things, with smoke, all different stuff.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 3 and verse 16. Know ye not that ye are the temple of God, and that the Spirit of God dwelleth in you. If any man defile the temple of God, him shall God destroy. For the temple of God is holy, which temple ye are.
Right, so the Lord say our body is a temple. Like the Most High God is literally dwelling inside our body. Now you think you want to do you think you want to dwell in a defiled temple?
No.
You gonna leave? Would you stay in somebody's house that they got trash all on, holes in the wall,
Roaches,
rats, big old rats like New York rats.
Yes.
Hey, that rat we seen in downtown ETL, King.
Yeah, you might want to dwell in that. So that's how the Lord look at us in our temple. Like, okay, you define your temple with pork, with smoke, with sex. You know what I'm saying? Let me get up out this man's temple. That's how the Lord look at it. So we got to make sure our temple is straight, man. We can't defile our temple with with unclean things. That's somebody's people. Now we can show you what these is, because we all brothers got these. We got them here different. Here's called councils, but they like the same thing. We can show you what we got them on though.
This is the book of Numbers, chapter 15 and verse 38. Speak unto the children of Israel and bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments throughout their generations, and that they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue. And it shall be unto you for a fringe, that ye may look upon it and remember all the commandments of the Lord and do them, and that ye seek not after your own heart and your own eyes, after which ye use to go whoring.
Right, so these right here that we have on, these are called fringes in the Bible. They call fringes, and they are basically like reminders. But first, it's a dress code. So you know what I was saying, I don't know if you was up here, but I was telling them that we're the only race of people don't have a dress code. So this is our dress code that the Lord commanded us to wear. Even women, at the bottom of their dresses, they had these on them. Now these are basically.
Oh, one thing, I'm sorry. So like when Christianity, they said like especially back in the day, like women they couldn't even wear shorts, jeans. All they could wear was like long
dresses,
skirts, not barely a skirt. It was like right, you feel you're tripping. So I'm like, yeah, I remember how in Christianity, especially a long bit, like but they said they couldn't even wear it. So what can we like wear what we want to, or we have to wear like long skirts and stuff like that?
And then also like the Native Americans. Native Americans wore fringes all the time, right?
Yeah. Oh, they sure did.
Right. And like he was saying, they were our people. There's some videos going around now, right? Of Native Americans saying that they walked with Christ way before the white people came, right?
The Woman King.
Yeah.
Not yet.
No, I ain't watching it.
Have you? Cause like that, like my mama, she made me watch it. And she was like, it's based on a true story. It is.
Yeah.
And it kind of like made me deeper into what she was saying. I was just like.
And then you got to think too, like you got certain tribes over there in Africa, and then the Native Americans. You got to understand, like people always said they knew how to make it rain with these rain dances and all that stuff, right? It was because they were actually connected to the real God, right? The real God of the Bible, right? Not this made up. They doing like all that wicked voodoo type stuff. You know what I'm saying? But they was actually connected to the God of the Bible. That's why if you talk to a lot of them, they'll say, hey, like before the white man came over, we was walking with Christ a long time, right?
Oh hell!
Go get stuff.
Oh, it's laminated, it's straight.
Me, my hair, baby. Hey, hold on.
I'm gonna go check.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Hold on. Let me give you a.
I don't want my hair.
I got it. What is it?
Thank you.
So much.
Hey, let me give you a flyer, bro.
I'll see you guys.
We're probably gonna still be out here, so when it start raining, we're gonna be out here like 6
Drink?
For sure. It ain't gonna rain long, it's gonna stop.
I'm gonna go.
Yeah, it's not, see that? Hey, that, yeah, that's it. No.
We see you, but I don't never see her.
You just stop. See that? You know what I'm saying? Random word.
It worked for 2 seconds.
2 seconds.
Yeah. It just wanted to see who was gonna stay in there.
Yeah, and that, the most I was just trying to see who was gonna stay. That really was going on.
Like a test or something.
Yeah, that was, it was everything is a test.
I was down that bridge to start raining and come back.
So we're gonna get into the dress code. Yeah.
It acted like it was, but it stopped.
Fast.
Oh, that's the thing about Albany. Albany is not warm. You see, in Atlanta, they'll be like, bloop, bloop.
Right.
Yeah.
Albany, this is one drop. It's on warning.
Right.
What Gunshot got a motto like something about a sea or something like that? Oh, that's Savannah State.
Probably.
Yeah, that's Savannah State.
But,
What about Tybee?
oh, going back to what we were saying real quick. Yeah, get your phone. So these right here basically are reminders for us to keep the commandments. Do y'all have reminders on y'all phone?
Yes.
To remind y'all to do stuff, like class, study. These are reminders to keep the commandments basically. So if we ever think about, just say your auntie invite you over to a crowd, you will look down at your fridges, like, nah, bro, I cannot do that.
Yeah, I'm about to leave. You know, I'm gonna be like, the finger, I'm like,
Yeah,
you know, like,
I can't do it.
But I did notice, like you said earlier, like everything that really tempts us is dealing with food or, yeah, it's always something with food. If you think about
Always
it.
with food.
Yes,
Hey, you
it's
want
always
some
something
black
with
people come
food.
together, have
Because
lots
of
of
food.
It's always food.
yeah.
We don't care about none of the holidays that we say we do. Don't know
They-
why.
Yeah, I know. I don't. I just be
good
good for
food.
like
Like
you
getting
said, like.
Don't nobody care
Shoot,
about no
my
goddamn
mama asked me what I want for
You know
Christmas.
that
I was like, shoot, I don't even care about Christmas. I just want to see the lights and just, yeah, and just,
Hey, that Christmas spirit.
yeah.
Christmas spirit.
And be alive. It was mostly life, just having life. That's really all I wanted. You know, I don't really care.
When he said something about when one of y'all said something about how you the credit, like the big fat man.
Oh, yeah.
Take credit for it. Mama said, baby, I did this. When I was a kid, I was like, "Son, that ain't real." She was like,
Man.
"It's out of my paycheck. You got
you
this
know,
Barbie doll, this lip gloss, cause of me." I was like, "Okay."
Well, she was
It's really
up for
crazy,
it.
man,
Mama
because you
did
got
not
a
play with
whole
that Christmas.
holiday
And wasn't
based
no believe no
off of
stand a white
lying
man
to
down
your
the chimney
kids.
because shoot.
She might as well just say,
Like
Like
this.
she
this.
I was
might as well
You
say,
say
I
you
am
love your
Santa.
kids.
She might as well
But
say
But you
that.
gonna lie to them every
Yeah,
year.
like,
You lied to your whole life.
yeah, no, I wasn't lied to. She told me straight up. I was gonna look on the chimney like this. I was standing there like, "Come on, Santa." She was like, "Get from that damn chimney."
Right.
Bake cookies and then eat them.
Exactly, man.
Yeah, and then like, I've seen
as a-
parents like
hey,
put powder on the
as a-
floor, cover their boots.
Right.
Around the house. I'm
Man,
like,
as a parent, you can't even look at your kid like, come on, would I lied to you? You're like, you did for the first 7 years of my life. Facts though.
The tooth fairy. I ain't get no dollar. I ain't get no dollar.
Oh, I used
Right.
to get dollars.
No, I ain't get no dollar. I'm sitting here with 4 teeth under my pillow, missing my whole top row. Ain't that getting out $1? I was like, yo, what is
I ain't gonna count. I was getting paid when my teeth fell
No.
out.
Okay. You were happy with the
that with
family.
one tooth.
You're like, I know about to get paid.
No money. Damn.
This gonna bring me some money.
Oh yeah, bring it out. So you said something about the dress code.
Mhm.
So we finna show you right. Bring it out
Yeah, for the woman.
for the women.
Yes.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22 and verse 5. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment. For all that do so are abomination unto the Lord thy God. And a lot of people, they'll say, oh, well, women got certain types of pants that men don't wear. But if you really look at it, like you were saying, years and years and years ago, jeans wasn't even a thing. That
Yeah,
was
it
something
wasn't.
that more so came about like in the 50s and the 60s.
Yeah.
For women
And
empowerment.
like bell bottoms, it was like,
Yeah.
You know?
Harriet tell me she ran with a dress on.
showed it. She got I was like, 90 degrees, 90. Hey,
And
pop
that's
them
why,
90
and that's why I'm
Shoot.
saying, like, usually that the man wears the pants and the panties.
Oh.
You know, so that all comes from the same thing. And it's also showing the modesty as well, not showing off you know, things like that. Boys are saving that for your husband. Just all those
That was
things
what
like
we
that.
said. Think about it.
Oh, you're right.
That's why the Lord said that. Matter of fact, bring it.
Now that is something I can definitely like, put my foot down with that one because, I am definitely dating to marry. So it's just like, when it comes to that, certain things that I will ask my husband, are you okay with wearing this? Are you okay with wearing that? He says no. I'm going right back in that room, taking it off. You like me now? You like me now? Shoot. So it's like, I definitely do that. And it's not like, I wear shorts, but I don't mean to sometimes. It's just like, look, it's hot, okay? And I don't mean like, sometimes I was always addressed my whole life, even in like middle school. That's why I hit puberty. I legit walked into school with the same pair of leggings this other girl had on. They ain't stop her, but they sure stopped me. So I was like, I was so mad. Mama had to listen, baby girl, look, got curves, she don't. I'm sorry. I'm like, I blame you. I was mad. I was so mad. But you know.
And we finna get this. Check this out right quick. We finna show you something.
This is the book of 1 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 9. In like manner also that women adorn themselves in modest apparel with shamefacedness and sobriety.
So going back right there to what you were saying, the Lord want our women to dress modest because y'all are princesses, right? Y'all are princesses. Now we watch any princess movie or any Coming to America. Them women they weren't showing everything.
They wearing dresses and Tiana had on a whole, she was serving. She was
That's why. And think
Okay.
about it. We men, so we know how men think. And you got everything showing. A man, he come to step to you. He ain't coming to get to know you.
Right.
He coming just for one thing.
Yeah.
It's like you throwing blood in the water with sharks. You walking around, they looking at, and you don't know if a man truly wants you for you though.
True.
Because if you covered up, it's like, dang, you giving him something to look forward to. Because he's like, dang, I don't know what she got.
Right.
You got something to say?
No, I was just saying that's true, man. And it also is because it's also like, they're not focused on that when they're truly enjoying being around you. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you're gonna get to those stages where you guys get intimate and whatnot. But before you even get to those stages, you know that he's enjoying being around you for your personality. You know what you have to offer. You know what's in your mental things, in your faculties and stuff like that. Other than your body, you know what I'm saying? Because hey, look. That body is only gonna last you so long.
I'm
man.
saying when you get old, baby, I'm
not even when you get old, man. Because guys out here, man, once you let a guy, you know what I'm saying, close to you, man, they on to the next. You know what I'm saying?
Like it is. Once you let this brother hit, now he trying to find the next thing. You know
That's
what I'm saying?
That's why.
Yeah, I mean that's really what it is. But,
And that's how it's a lot of one night stands. That's why there's a lot of one night stands. Stuff like that.
And pregnancy.
Exactly.
Pregnancy.
Yes,
And soul ties.
right.
Yes.
That's
Not
real.
only with pregnancies, men leaving the woman after they get them pregnant, right? Because they're not even attracted to them no more.
They don't even, and then they don't even know that person for real.
Right.
Know her
exactly.
name, know where she from,
That's a
what
lust.
she like.
Don't know
Like you
her
said,
middle name.
that's a lust thing, cause it's just like when you see a woman, man. Like as men, you thinking you see a woman, like you said, the first
I
thing you
used to
think
be-
about, you're not sitting up here trying to get to know this girl. If you see all her figures, first thing you want to know is what that thing look like with nothing on it. You know what I'm saying? And being inside of it and just imagining how it feels. You know?
Man, you telling it all, man.
That's
Let me step over here real quick.
But you want somebody to be real. But you want somebody to be real.
That's why, like,
You want somebody to be real with
that's
you.
the thing,
You know?
I just like they be like, oh, you so bougie or oh, you so stuck. I be like.
But that's how you gotta be, though.
And I'm saying, like,
You know what I'm saying?
I don't talk, so I just don't be like, I don't want to know around nobody. I just be on my own because, like I said, first of all, it's college, first of all, and this is like, and I'm saying, like, really, college to me, I'll be like, first of all, they don't stick a whole bunch of horny students in a place with no surveillance.
High.
Why I be like, y'all high, y'all smoking, I don't even smoke, I don't drink, y'all better back up. So I'm like, so it's like, with that mindset, my mama, she be like, Brianna, when I was 18, 19, I did not have the same mindset as you, so I praise God. But she was just like, because me, I'm like, no, like, I just don't, I'm very, like, I'm not an angry woman, but I'm just like, leave me alone. I'm just,
Yeah. You respect yourself,
And
man.
they say a man insecure for not letting his woman go out at anything.
Right.
True.
You know, that's that whole new
That's true.
generation
Wow.
we live
That's
under.
true.
That's that generation we live under that, just wants to
But
allow
listen,
anybody
listen.
to do anything.
But listen, that really is true though.
It
If you
is.
think about it, like
It
if I'm with a girl, right? She's supposed to be mine. She goes out with no clothes on. I'm gonna be insecure.
Feel like, who's
The
looking
whole
at
time
her?
I'm looking around like, who's looking at my girl? You know what I'm saying?
Back
Like,
up.
I'm afraid to go to the bathroom because I come back, somebody might be talking to her. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I said that. That's
happened to me.
That's like
Ah.
they try to use reverse psychology though.
They do.
Because they want you to say that, oh, you insecure.
no,
You right.
and one
No,
term
I-
they really use to
I would
this day
say-
that I hate is the word friendly.
Yeah.
I'll be like, you're getting confused with the word friendly and social.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not no friendly girl, but I will speak, and you will only get speak, and I will dip. That's how it is, but, yeah. That's,
Yeah. Nah.
I feel like a man is only insecure when he becomes codependent with his woman. Like he don't want her to go to like events and stuff. Like she always she always gotta be in the house. She can't never like go and
And if that's the case, you shouldn't even be with her.
Yeah, I feel like that's
you can't trust her.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You gotta have trust. You got to have trust in your relationship.
That's one thing you cannot do.
You can't be trying to be in a relationship and not have no trust in somebody.
Yeah, that's facts.
Yeah, relationship.
That's facts.
He had a verse on there.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 9 and verse 8.
Thank you, Lord.
Turn away thine eye from a beautiful woman and look not upon another's beauty. For many have been deceived by the beauty of a woman. For herewith love is kindled as a fire. Sit not at all with another man's wife. Keep going. Sit not at all with another man's wife, nor sit down with her in thine arm, and spend not thy money with her at the wine, lest thine heart incline unto her, and so through thy desire thou fall into destruction.
See, y'all know this as well as we do. It's a lot of sisters that may be looking pretty on campus, but she a whole demon.
Yep, definitely. Ooh,
she a demon.
Yeah, definitely at Albany.
And you know you can sometimes you can read the demon off of people. Like sometimes you can't even look them in their eye because you like, dang, I can see it, and you just don't want to. Yes, you
know.
Like,
legit. I just had I'm sorry. No, like I just texted this guy. I was like, look, I do not like the way you are. Like your vibe. And he's my what vibe? I'm like, I don't got you for one day and I'm already picking up red flag. He's like, what my red flags are? I'm like, look, I'm not finna explain to you what they are. I mean, I can, but what is gonna benefit me? Like, I know what I like to hang around, even as a friend, male friends. I'm like, what you do, like, it's controlling. This controlling vibe that I felt from him, and I'm like, I can't like be around you even as a friend because I'm like,
And I'm gonna tell you, it's like being upfront. You know how people can say like, I care about you, but from experience, I know like when you care about someone, you gonna like respect their morals and their principles. Right. So I feel like if a female come to you and be like, she trying to like be celibate or abstain from sex or whatever, you supposed to like be okay with that. But the guy I was dealing with, he was more of, I'm a touchy person. I like to show my love by like touching.
A physical touch.
And like he was a good person, but he didn't really have a lot of God in him. But I say he was good because he liked to serve. He liked to serve me. He liked to do stuff for me, and like take my laundry out, like bring me some forks if I need them, spoons, and I want people to serve me, and I'll serve them too. But I had to like walk away from him because it's like I'm trying to be better in the eyes of the Lord when it comes to sex. So it's like you may want to have sex with me, and being truthful, I want to have sex with you too. But it's like I know that I gotta be right for the Lord, and I know if I'm just doing this out of context, then it's not gonna be beneficial. Like when I want to go to heaven, because it's like you sitting here having sex, enjoying yourself. Right. So you can't expect the keys of heaven to be open to you when you're not doing right.
And then kind of like just being with him, right? As much as you like him and all this, right? It adds that factor of if I'm with him any longer, we're probably bound to slip up. You know what I'm saying? Sooner or later, and it's like, do I want to take myself out of the situation before that happens? Yes. Or remain in here and then
just be, because because we at a young age, like right now, like 20, 21 on up, we're seeking a commitment. Well, some of us are seeking commitments for a lifetime. And when you don't have a lot of people, you be like, dang, well, let me get a person just for now then, because it get lonely sometimes. I'm just being for real. Like you be like, dang, I wish I had somebody to cuddle up with. But I follow this man on Instagram, and he was like, they calling it cuff it season, because it's getting cold. Cuff it season. So I can't call what this man's name is, but he talk about God all the time. Y'all gotta watch him. But he's basically saying like, we start getting attached to this person, then we start getting attached to this person, we just giving them our cookies, and then the next thing we do, we start feeling depressed and more alone than we were feeling. But I start to believe that being alone, it's just God giving you time to yourself so you can like grow.
He's a godly man. He's cool.
So you can like grow in the word, Right. Like, he's trying to give you time to get to know him. Like, you being alone in this season for a reason. It's not because it's forever. It's just temporary. But he wants you to grow. You can't grow being up under people. You got to grow being by yourself sometimes.
Right. That's the best. Like, being by yourself, you grow the most.
Yes, you do.
A lot of
That's
people
the
can't
truth.
Be by themselves.
That's the truth.
A lot of people can't. That's why they be with crowds.
I think that's my problem now. Like, you know, like I said, I was in a relationship for 3 years with my ex, and there was a lot of stuff going on. And in the process, yes, I did create a bad sin. I did. That's the only sin that I'm gonna create. But that's what I'm saying. I'm going, huh? Yeah.
And you know how we be like, I promise I ain't gonna do this no more. We go back and do it. We be like, I be
problem.
like, God, just please forgive me for this, because I know I was wrong. But you know.
No, the thing about it, that's why I'm on like a celibacy journey like now.
It is
it's
hard.
Like, man, what? But it's like I just can't like put my trust into people. Not even. It's hard. Just say that.
I'm trying to find this man.
Oh yeah, go back.
Yeah, so like I was messing with dude for 3 years.
Chapter 26 and verse 22. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 26 and verse 22. And harlot shall be accounted as spittle, but a married woman is a tower against death to her husband. A wicked woman is given as a portion to a wicked man, but a godly woman is given to him that fears the Lord.
Right, so the Bible says a wicked woman is given to a wicked man. So if you constantly wondering why you keep getting with little Ray, getting with Jacquez, he beating on you, he stealing your money, taking your car.
He's speaking facts. Come on, come on
you
now.
Why we a man? We keep getting.
Come on now.
With Taquisha.
Yeah.
Jamisha.
Hell,
She
come on now. It's called the Jezebel spirit.
The Jezebel spirit.
Yeah.
That's why J. Cole said, I remember when a nigga used to get stressed over Joanna, now a nigga only gets stressed over Rihanna's. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look.
Oh shit.
Hey,
Oh, y'all, is this stuff waterproof? No. So look at y'all slipping.
Hey, how you don't know that song, man?
Still, one drop
Yeah, I
is
know
going
what you're talking about.
water damage.
That's what's the
It's
name?
role models, ain't it?
Yeah.
It's this charge. See this little electrocute phone gone.
Sweetheart,
Oh, for real?
yeah, he married.
For real?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Good.
Kendrick Lamar too.
So we just spreading the word, Ken.
I didn't know that.
But it's something that talks exactly about what you said, though.
We just spreading
J.
the
Cole
word.
married?
Because it was something else I was getting ready to say, but I kind of like I let him talk, and you know how you let somebody else talk, you be like, yeah.
Oh, he live. Oh. Oh.
34 and 25. He that washeth himself after the touching of a dead body, if you touch it again, what availeth his washing?
So, what's the point of you touching a dead body and then be like, I'm gonna go wash my hands, and you go touch it again?
Yeah, because your flesh is now it's seeking it more, and I we all experience that. We're being natural. If you do well in the wrong thing, it could be dealing with food, eating the wrong pork. Pork gets so good to you, it's like it's kind of hard to defy from it. It's like you can't really unattach yourself. But I feel like with me, when my subconscious like starts bothering me, like if I feel bad about committing a sin, I know that I'm still in the hands of the Lord, because once you stop feeling bad about doing wrong, it's like the devil already got you. So it's like the only way you can walk away and know it's God leading you to walk away is if you feel it in your spirit. Like if you like still doing wrong, you don't have no respect for yourself, you dead. You're dead. Yeah, you're dead.
Yeah,
It's a reprobate.
Like you thinking that you're doing good, but the whole time like you doing crazy stuff.
Yeah.
That's why we got to really turn to the Most High God.
Yeah.
Hey, the Most High God. Hey, people don't understand how powerful this Bible and these words is. You gotta think about it. This Bible changed our life. We wasn't always like this.
That's what I'm saying.
We
That's
wasn't
what I'm
always
saying.
like with Bible. Like you had brothers, you know what I'm saying, going to jail.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying?
But you gotta be real. I feel like anytime you tell the word to people, you have to tell them who you are as a person. You can't be coming to them like, no, I am just like you, but I'm trying to be better. You see what I'm saying? We all sinners, but we trying to make it into the kingdom of heaven.
True. Right.
Yeah. That's
just like how Paul persecuted the church.
Yeah.
He was
killing
Christians.
So the Lord can use anybody. You said what?
He said Paul was killing Christians.
Yeah, he was
killing Christians.
Man, God used the hoe.
Jesus, man.
God used the hoe.
Stop it.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So the Lord can use anybody, but we have to be willing to listen.
True.
Y'all gotta think about, y'all don't know what y'all literally, the Lord literally got y'all right here talking to the prophets right now.
Yep, I know.
The Lord is literally in his presence right now, and he talking to y'all right now. It's not us talking to y'all.
Is it not saying weird, but I've had definitely big scenarios where like like my grandma, she'd be like, "John, I think you can see some things," because I've had many situations where I've seen things before it happened, and it's kind of it freaked me out. And she's like, "You have to listen, even if it's bad," because I remember one time. This is before the Georgia Floyd, like when before he died and everything, huh? That I was sleeping, and basically I had a dream, and everything was going good, and nowhere I heard screaming or something like that, and I looked out my window and I seen like I said, he won't give you the direct message, but he gave you the message. I heard screaming, and I seen, mind you, none is going on before George Floyd. It was like KKK. I seen all like them walking and like walking like marching. But it was lighting like my whole neighborhood on fire. I seen my classmates, people I go to school with, fighting them. I've seen them pulling out guns. I've seen people. Yes, it was like we're fighting, and I was like, why would I? I'm like, why would? Mind you, nothing was. I mean, yes, we're black, but it wasn't like big. I'm like, why am I having dreams about some moment? Next thing you know, like 2 days later, George Floyd. I'm like, I was like, whoa, that's weird. That's weird. It was a very scary dream. I ain't want to know. It was weird. It was definitely weird though.
But look, let me show, because what you just said is biblical. Let me show you. Bring it up.
This is the book of Acts chapter 2 and verse 17. And it shall come to pass in the last days, said God, I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh. Your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, and your young men shall see visions, and your old men shall dream dreams.
He said what?
And you know what?
Dream. You said what?
I ain't old though.
I mean,
old men should be dreaming like I ain't
No,
old.
they're
It
talking
says your
about.
sons and your daughters too, though.
Yeah.
They're speaking of children like
Yeah.
2, 1, like newborns.
So
Like
I've had many
like-
other dreams like similar to that, and I was like, it freaked me out.
that's a gift though.
That's what my grandma said. It's a gift, even if you don't want to receive.
It's
it,
a gift to be able to see.
I was
Because
like,
everybody can't do that.
and then not even in my dream. I was walking home from school, high school, and I was just walking, and like I just remember just seeing like fire, and I was like, when I'm walking, like daylight, like fire, and I stopped. I'm like, I'm not in fire. I'm cool. And then the next day, my whole building, like the whole building was just burnt completely, like down to the ground. I was like, I was freaked out. I went out on my house. I was like, I'm not doing this again. It was weird. Like the whole building was just completely flat out fire gone. I mean, the next day, I'm like,
See? And the Lord
and I was walking home from school. Like I wouldn't sleep. It was just like a vision, like burning. I was like,
but let me get you what you said. Let me show you something.
All right, this is the book of Matthew chapter 24 and verse 7. For a nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places.
So you said in your dream you seen like race wars and stuff like that going on. The Bible said that's going to happen. Your dream, that's going to happen soon. The Lord allows you to see the future.
That's a blessing, because I wish I could see that. I can't see. I don't see that.
It was so weird. It was crazy. Like and then it was crazy. I could still like picture the dream. It's not like you have dreams like, oh, I dream cool, but I can still like see it like right now. It's still in my head. Like it was just my own classmates fighting them back, guns, and they were just lighting
Martial
everything
law.
on fire.
You ever heard of martial law? Or you ever seen the movie The Purge?
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen Purge.
That's what it is.
Government?
Yeah, that's what it is.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
And I was like, it was just crazy. Like my classmate Jonathan, MJ, and they're football men. They was just trying to take on all of them as they can. And I was like, are they okay? Because both one of them to get shot. I was scared. My mother, she wasn't panicking though. My mother, she was just like, and I told her, y'all need to run far. But I'm telling, I'm legit running to my brothers. I'm like, you need to go out of this place. Period. Like, go run.
I
And I
feel
was
like
telling my
she's
mom,
revelation.
and I was like, Mom. She was like, baby, and I was like, Mom, we need to go. And she was just like, I'm not panicking, and I'm just like, get up out this room. I'm telling her, I'm like, you don't get your big place. I'm like, jump out this window, because now they burning our place. But it was just like, it was a crazy dream. And I woke up and I told her, she was just like, I asked her, would you panic? And she was like, no. I was like,
hey, but think about it.
I was like, bro.
When you have that spirit of the Most High God on you,
you ain't gonna be fearing.
Like the Lord can have you literally seeing people drop left and right, dead bodies. The Lord can have you like you just calm.
And I felt it. I felt that.
One thing about it is being educated about what's in this book too, right?
Yes.
When you know things that are supposed to take place in the future by reading prophecy and stuff like that, when it starts to happen, you're not shook. right? Because you've been expecting this for so long, right? Or you've been expecting it because you've been reading it. You're not gonna be panicked when it finally does come to pass. And that's how you really know if you really truly believe the things that's in this book, right? Because when it happens, the people that are gonna be shocked and you know what I'm saying, they really didn't believe. Right, they really didn't believe, but the people, right.
Say it like I'm down to like, you know, I get where to y'all are, you know, you're very calm. I'll be like, dang, man, I gotta go. I'll be like, dang.
Isaiah 4:1.
Nah, cause
that's why you can't love this
heaven
current
is
state, right?
they say.
She just said something though. That's gonna be happening.
But then they say the doors of heaven it's much better than on earth, like literally, like the only place you don't want to go is hell because you can't get back up. And I want to say I had a dream about hell, but I didn't. I wanted to tell you I had a dream about hell, but I didn't understand what it meant until I thought about it a couple days later. Okay, so my dream was a dark room, and I was there with this woman, and she was just looking at me saying, "I want to go back up. I want to go back up," and I'm trying to figure out why she want to go back up, and I'm like, cause I personally know this is not my home. I don't want to be here. I mean, the world is crazy. It's crazy. And sometimes I be questioning, like, God, why am I even here? Like, I hate this place. But you know what?
I hate it here.
Yeah, yes, I hate it here. Like, why? You see what I'm saying? Like, you feel that? You feel
fast.
Okay, so, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. No, let's see, one thing that really freaked me out once was before when I had a dream about was that my grandmother, she was my everything. I'm not gonna lie. Like, when her death she had cancer. And, you know, she was okay. You know, she knew that, you know, the treatment wasn't working. She was just going to be able, and she said she didn't want to die in the hospital. She was like, look, I'm not dying. I'll take me back to my home. You know, that's where we're going to be laying her to rest and stuff like that. And when she died, I was 13. So, you know, being in middle school, trying to still live, you know, through her and all that stuff was really bad. Now, this was like really recent, like last year or this year coming up. I had a dream. I was, because usually when I see her in my dream, she's always happy. She's, you know, she's cool. She's, you know, in her chair, like she's rocking in her rocking chair and stuff like that. And, you know, her hair is very beautiful like it was before she had cancer. And she's saying, you know, I'm fine. I'm worried about her and stuff. But in this particular dream, I walked in that house, her house, and she wasn't in that chair. And I was like, where's my grandmother? This is her house. Where's my grandmother? So I walked in her room. She was on her bed. Her hair started falling out. It was scaring me. And she said, baby, I'm not okay. I'm not okay. And I was like, what's going on? Like, you're scaring me. And it felt like she was like disintegrated. I was just like, you know, it was scary. This is I know in my head, I know it's a dream come like you're not actually here. I'm 19 years old. I know you're not here with me. And she said, baby, something has happened and something is wrong. And I was like, what are you talking about? And before I even could like wake up for real, my mother busted in my room and woke me up and said, your cousin has passed away. And I was like,
oh, you were seeing somebody else death.
And I was like, because her hair because she has cancer, her hair is falling out. And my mama busted in my room. Now I'm officially woke because I'm like, she scared me. My grandmother scared me about my dream. My mama done came in and was like, your cousin has got shot. He's murdered. And I was like,
I ain't say it like that.
Your grandma was warning you.
But that's what I said. She was warning me, but it was already too late.
What I'm gonna tell you
was warning me because when we found out, it just happened. Like, you know, it was like the neighbors knew of my cousin, and they got into an altercation, and one of them pulled out a gun and shot him. So they probably told the whole berries, and they told the whole family. Mom was like, you know, like what's going on with my cousin, and they were saying he got shot, and I was like,
by your neighbors?
No, they not amazing. Like they're his cousin, his roommate shot him.
Oh, man.
But like the neighbors knew they was like shots, and they done contacted my family already before it came. So that's when I knew. But my dream, why would my grandma just appear to me and I don't even know what's going on. My grandma just appeared to me and her hair's falling out. She's saying something wrong. I'm like, what's going on?
I wish somebody would appear to me and let me know stuff.
And you know what I'm saying? Usually my grandmother, she's happy, she's okay. But that dream, it scared me because her hair is falling out. And she was just looking worried, and I was trying to hug her, but she wasn't hugging me back. And I was like,
I'm gonna tell y'all something.
That's scary though.
My psychology teacher told me, she said, when you dream about a man, it's normally about a woman. And when you dream about a woman, it's normally about a man. I can say that's true because your cousin was a man, right? Mm-hmm. Your grandma came to you, she was a woman. Mm-hmm. Your cousin, it was your cousin talking to you. Your cousin was letting you know he was dying. That's what it is. That's what it was.
It's scary because I'm like...
Your cousin told you he was dying.
I have heard people say something.
Yeah.
but saying stuff like that
And
happens. And
do
it's
y'all
it's
believe
the
in like
6, 7
superstitions,
scene.
like things are supposed to happen, like something is meant to happen, like it's meant to be, like
We believe.
like
in the will of the Lord.
yeah, like things can be miracles, like it's all dealing with God, but it's like some people don't believe, they don't want to believe that you can have cancer one day and the next day just be cured, just like that. Okay, so I'm saying I feel like God will give you words. He'll give you a word to people. Like you, one of the main things you said, listen. Another thing that came to me was have patience, wait. And then another lady, she told me, she said it's always a silver lining. So it's like you have to listen to this thing, because sometimes you'll be seeking God's face. You'll be like, God, talk to me. Why can't I see you? Why can't I hear you? But yet alone, He's sending you different signs. But you just have to open your eyes and be aware of that. Try to open your eyes and see, you know.
It's like that story.
Yeah.
It's like that story in that movie Pursuit of Happiness. Y'all, have y'all seen that movie?
Yeah, I seen that.
Yeah. The story.
That's an
at the
awesome
end.
movie. It's Pursuit of
Pursuit of
Happiness.
Happiness.
With what's his name?
Will Smith and Jada Smith.
Yeah, Will Smith.
In the story at the end where
like,
he was like,
he got the job or something like that.
yeah,
Yes.
he had the job.
Yes.
But at the end, the little boy, Jaden tells his dad, he was like, yeah, this is a story, man. So there was a guy, and he was stranded out in the middle of the ocean, and he kept praying to God, like, Lord, please help me. And so a ship came by, and they said, hey, you need some help? He was like, no, the Lord will help me, right? Another one came by, same thing. Another one came by, and then finally he dies, and he gets to heaven. They said, well, God, why didn't you help me? He said, I sent you 3 boats, you dummy, right?
I heard that.
So it's
Yeah,
kinda
see,
like-
I sent you 3 books,
Yeah.
you dummy.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we expect the Most High to speak to us in a certain way,
Yeah.
and we don't pay attention
Yeah.
to the things that He's trying to use to speak to us.
Yes.
So,
See, like, and then
That'd
one
be
of the,
annoying.
oh, go ahead.
yeah.
Oh, what is it?
But that's
you gotta
true.
pay attention though.
That's
you know
true.
what I'm saying?
That's
It is,
true
it is.
though.
Oh, I said that like that'd be annoying when like He sends things your way, and then
you don't
like
really
you
like
just like, oh, that's not
Goes
it.
over your head.
And then
Yeah.
like there'll be times that you realize you're like, oh, like
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
see, like, listen, one thing that when you said things happen for a reason, that's one thing. When I tried to, when I tried to get over my grandmother's death, it was very hard. I was like, why? You know, I was very mad because like me and her had a part. Like I said, my mother's my mother, but my great grandmother was only like 72, and she still like, you know, saying who could get down with the ingredients. Her. Who could get down anything? Her. So it was just like me and her had a real tight connection. One thing that I always like, you know, put in my head is that, so I have a step grandmother. She married my grandfather, and no, she's not no step grandmother. She's actually
She's a mama that stepped up.
no, yeah, she's actually, I don't call her step grandma. We call her actually Medea. We call her Medea because you know
Gotcha.
it's a story behind it too. But basically, she, like I said, she's like me. She basically says you are me. Like it's like we look at each other because when she was young, she, you know, she wanted love, but she still, you know, and then she met this man. His name was W. So W, something like that. G, I think it was D. Something like that.
D?
No.
Was it
G,
DiGiorgio?
something like, no, but she met this man, and you know, he was a man of God. She met this man, and they was really like, they only met for 3 days, and he already said, I'm gonna marry you. Like 3 days, like dang, you know. But she was like, oh, you know, shoot, because you know, but like saying they were definitely in love. They were just, you know, he was everything. He was tall, buff, you know, he was this good-looking man, you know, and
He had
they loved each
he had
other.
the mark of the beast. He had that 6'6". He had the 6-pack, 6 foot
No,
tall.
he played football. He was, you know, he was that man, you know. And then they're in love with each other. Like he's a man of God. He's only focused on my grandmother. And then one day, they're getting out the bed. This man just falls. Like he just loses all his body, you know. Like he just falls. He gets back up, was like, you know, I'm okay, you know, what's going on? But then it continuously happened. They go to the hospital, and this man has MS. Do anybody know what MS is?
Yes. Muscular.
Yes, that. And basically, you're basically dying from the inside out. That's the worst. They don't have no cure for it either. So it's basically like you're losing the way you walk. You're losing the way you eat, the way your brain is mentally like just dying on you.
Yeah, your nerves.
Yes, and basically they were gonna have a baby, and she said this woman came out of nowhere and said, "You're not having that baby," and walked away from her. And she was like, "Excuse me," like, you know, she felt offended. But then 3 days later, miscarriage. She tried to have a baby, and then next thing you know, it wouldn't happen. But then that's when he was pronounced with MS. And then that's when she was like, what if I had that baby, you know? Like, my husband wouldn't be with me, so then he died. And then that's when she met my grandfather, and she had this vision of her holding up a baby boy. She thought that was her baby boy, but it wasn't her baby boy because that baby boy died. And then, like I said, she couldn't have children. She was at the age of like 30-something, and you know, and my grandfather had my mother, and that's Janika. But basically, so they tried children, she can't have. Basically, she went to all this that she couldn't have children. So now she always wanted to have children, and she just couldn't have them. So then she says that, you know, things happen for a reason. That's what she's saying, that we are her blessings because Mama has 5 grandchildren, and we are her blessings because it's just like you couldn't have children. Your husband died on you. Of course, she wanted to ask why. Like, I'm living this, you know, romantic dream.
What I
man
think,
I want, and then he just dies because he's just MS. And she's just like, and then that vision.
Yeah. I ain't gonna care. I feel like.
Look, that vision was my baby brother. That holding up that baby out the tub was my baby brother.
You gotta think, what man you know gets married in 3 days?
I was like,
I think he knew he had MS.
No, he said he knew he was gonna marry her.
No, he was gonna marry her. Just know, like, he didn't know. He didn't know.
But you can know.
How fast?
You
know
can
what I'm saying,
know.
not know that he had MS, but knew that something was wrong. Is what
No,
I'm saying.
You can know. You can know someone's your person. You can know.
I feel you. I feel
yeah,
you.
You can know. You can know. You don't think you can know.
You, but then you know, and then you just
so you don't believe.
Love at first sight.
Yes. So you don't.
You're a man of God. Y'all just, you know, just hitting it up. Y'all cool. Y'all y'all get married. Y'all have like this was like there were years of marriage. It wasn't like no month, 2 months in the MS. It was years of marriage. They had like.
Oh, okay.
Like, how many years of marriage? Because she got married young. They had about.
They be getting married young back then.
I'm saying, you know, and then you want to marry. You want to find a woman. You want to find that wife. And I think it was years though. It was years of marriage. And then out of nowhere, he just fell out of bed. MS.
I would say that your grandma, what she got the experience what real love was. That might have just been her blessing. And even though it didn't get to stay, because that's what a person made a point about. That was like, say you meet the person of your life, you never cheat on them, they never cheat on you. Mm-hmm. They're faithful the whole time. What's gonna happen next is one of y'all got to die. So she said, if you know, she said, no, it's true. No, wait, maybe I didn't, okay, I don't know if I said it in the right context.
So we should cheat.
No, I'm not finished. No, I wasn't finished. I'm not finished. Okay, so I wasn't finished. So she said, so the next thing you should do, she said, if you know that you could die at any moment, she said the best thing to do is live right. If you know that you could die any moment, just live right for that person.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, you meet the love of your life. Just give them your all, and even if they die, you know you got to experience that love. Everybody don't get to experience. They don't get it because you believe in counterfeits, like people who are they're not really your person. And I know on Earth, you know, we are people, especially in our generation. We like to like market off relationships, like. Do this. Get into a relationship. You need to be in a relationship. And you know, a lot of us, a lot of us are single. You seeing people taking trips, going to Alaska, eating good food, smiling hard in the videos. You like, this is something that I desire. So you meet this person, you meet that person. They don't match up to your standards, but then you getting desperate and lonely, feeling like, oh, I'm gonna just settle. No, the God message for you is like, you know, don't settle. What you want really is there. You just have to wait. Yeah, and I feel like the things that you want in life, they're worth waiting for. Like, you be glad you waited. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, yeah.
Let me get this verse, because you had said something about there was no cure, right?
This is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 16 and verse 12. For it was neither herb nor mollifying plaster that restored them to health, but thy word, O Lord, which healeth all things.
Hey, if you come, like you said, this is healing, right? This is medicine, literally. Mm-hmm. It can heal. You pray to the Most High. Fasting is very strong. Like, fasting is very powerful. Mm-hmm. So just say you might have cancer, right? Mm-hmm. You start fasting and praying, change the diet. You don't have to go to the hospital because they're going to keep giving you pills. Mm-hmm. Their job is to have you keep coming back so they can make money off you. Their job is not to naturally cure you. Mm-hmm. So the only way for you to be cured, you know what I'm saying, is coming back to these words right here can heal you. Like I said, you had brothers used to gang bang, brothers used to pimp women out. But now we come back to the Most High God. Now we got Bibles in our hand. Used to have blunts in our hands. Now we got Bibles in our hands.
Different weapons.
Different weapons. Had guns. Now we got a sword. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like that, man.
It's crazy, though. But saying like she had visions of hold a baby boy, style baby boy, but it wasn't. It was my little brother. And she basically she used it like she couldn't have children. That's how basically she's like, I thank God because after all that bull, you know, you wonder, you questioning why can I have a children? Why can I keep my husband? And then you marry this man who basically has a future for you. It played out because my mother and I'm getting pregnant with twins. Then 3 of my babies, and then now you're half mother, grandmother, and it's like
Nice.
So it played out basically.
Yeah, so she got to experience that. That's good.
So do y'all have any questions about the Bible? Like, what's anything y'all had in mind that y'all always wanted to know? Is this right? Is this
You
right?
ask the question right now,
I'm gonna just tell you, like, I know, it's more of a statement. I know I gotta read the Bible more, but I feel like people, it's like kind of like if you craving something, you craving knowledge or wisdom for something. I feel like the devil oftentimes sends people in your life to try to tempt you, especially if they know that you're not as like there as you want to be. So I felt like I've been tempted by people who present the Bible. They twist the words of it, and then that's when I get like convicted, and I'm like, dang, I need to read my Bible. I feel like he just pushing me to read my Bible because I'm getting pulled to the side. Like people talking about I'm gonna do better for you. I'm gonna read the Bible with you because I know you wanna get a better relationship with God. So they're like, I'll do this because that's what I'm into. So you like, I'm gonna read the Bible. You wanna go to church, and you're not even a person who wanna go to church for real.
Yeah,
that's why you gotta study to show yourself approved.
Oh,
yeah.
One more thing. I have one question.
That's a word.
The Bible.
That's a word right there.
I'm gonna come back to you.
Yeah.
Let me answer her.
Go ahead.
People respond to it because that's right though. Because this Bible is literally a sword.
Yeah.
Slicing, dicing demons up, bringing it.
Yeah.
Hebrews chapter 4, verse 12. For the word of God is quick, powerful, and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even to the dividing asunder of soul and spirit, and of the joints and marrow, and is a discerner of the thoughts and intents of the heart.
So this Bible is literally like a weapon, a spiritual weapon, because the battle that we fight is spiritual. Nothing is carnal that we see. Everything is everybody got might have somebody might come and try to fight you. They got a demon on them. Might come and try to kill you. They got a demon on them, or they just angry out of nowhere. They're on spirit. So the only way to fight back is with these scriptures, because like you meditating on the scriptures, nothing ain't gonna get you out the spirit really. If your mind focused on the Most High God, just say you just read 5 chapters in Proverbs. Now you go out here and come to the cab, somebody maybe trying to get on your nerves. You ain't gonna be paying no mind because you just got these scriptures in. So this is how we fight Satan back with these scriptures. So let me get this real quick.
This is the book of James chapter 4 and verse 7. Submit yourselves therefore to God. Resist the devil and he will flee from you.
So the Bible say, hey, submit yourself to the Most High God. If you resist Satan, he will flee from you. Because he's not gonna flee from you when you constantly going back to the things that you struggle with. You know what I'm saying? You might have going through something and you start drinking, and then the next day you do the same thing again. He gonna get stronger because you keep feeding him what you want to do. But when you turn away from him and start getting into the Bible, he gonna be like, dang, she's too strong. He's too strong. I gotta go to somebody else's vessel. If you keep fighting long enough, Satan will flee from you. But we gotta fight with this though.
And we have to do it every day though.
Every day.
Yes.
It's an everyday fight.
And we gotta and as we fight, we gotta help someone else fight too.
That's right. There was times where I used to slip. Like sometimes I slip. Like I not read my Bible like in a day. You know what I'm saying? But slip, and next thing you know, Satan started attacking.
Yeah. He like he getting a little weak. He getting a little weak. And the devil like to attack you when you by yourself.
Why you by yourself?
Yeah.
You by yourself.
It says he crouches like a roaring lion, right?
Seeking who may devour.
Yeah, seeking who may devour, right? Just like them lions, man, they be stalking their prey and whatnot, man, waiting for that one moment to, catch you slipping, man, and they pounce on you.
Yeah. And you be feeling it, because you be like, dog, I was doing so good. Just a couple months ago, I was on the right path. It ain't take nothing but like one time. It's like,
and that less
done.
Like, damn, I'm just chilling out. A less demon in your mind. kind of got you want to watch some websites.
Yeah.
You see a naked woman.
Yeah.
Next thing you waking up, you done did the dirty
wet
last
dreams.
night, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Dude.
Hey, they just be happy to
Then your conscience eating on you now. You're like, dog, I done messed up,
Yeah,
guys.
it's like, man, I was celibate for 2 years.
Okay. Okay.
Man.
You see what I'm saying?
Thank y'all though. That's the real thing.
Man.
Keep doing what y'all doing, man.
Wait.
Hey, I got one more scripture for you.
One more.
This is the book of 1 Peter chapter 5 and verse 8. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour, whom resist steadfast in the faith, knowing that the same afflictions are accomplished in your brethren that are in the world.
So we gotta be sober-minded, because Satan's job is to try to get us. When you, Satan like when you ain't sober. Satan like when you kind of slipping. When you like, okay, let me take a break. That's when Satan like to come. We gotta make sure that we sober-minded and have our mind focused on these scriptures. Because it's hard for Satan to try to come at you when your life is surrounded by these scriptures. Satan can't mess with you, man. He can try. He might come here and there, but he ain't gonna be able to tap you down like that because your mind.
He wasting his time, right?
He wasting his time.
You know what I'm saying? He not gonna waste his time with you if he know you locked in.
You don't want somebody else that ain't locked in.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But hey, y'all supposed to be safe, y'all Israelites. You too. Yes, sir. Kingdom of heaven at hand.
Solid question. All right, so this is a big one because I already know my little page or whatever. So basically, I don't like this boy once, and he was really cool. But then, come to find out, he was a Muslim, and that's my mom. I told my mom, I was like, Mom, if I'm this religion and he's this religion,
You a Muslim?
huh?
You a Muslim?
He was. Look. And then I was like, Mom, is that really bad for me to be young? She said, but not even blame on your youngness. And I was just like, okay, well, if I'm this religion and he's that religion, will it ever work? And she was like, baby, she said one thing she said two things that don't, she used the word yoke. She said yoke. It will not never yoke. And then me, I'm classified as an overthinker. So here I am like, it will work. It's gonna work. I'm like, she's like, baby, you gotta think about everything because of the future. We have kids. He's Muslim. You're this. What's baby gonna be? I was like, have this, have that. She was like, no.
I feel like it's up for them to decide.
I'm just like,
the Bible
oh my God.
This is the book of Amos, chapter 3 and verse 3. Can two walk together except they be agreed?
So can two walk together except they be agreed? So it wouldn't, because you gonna want to do something that's completely different than what he do, because he do something completely different.
Yeah.
So it's like y'all gonna always clash heads. Like just say it's a thing in the Bible we do called Day of Atonement. In Muslim they call it Ramadan. So you gonna want to do it on your day, and he gonna want to do it on his day. And it's gonna be like
no, because then Ramadan came, and Ramadan is basically when you pray a lot, you can't drink, you can't smoke, you can't have
And then you
sex,
fast from sun up to sundown for a month.
Yeah. Now just like
You know what?
ain't nothing wrong with it.
You know what like what it really means to be unequally yoked though?
Say it, tell me.
So unequal, you know what a yoke is?
No, you don't understand over here.
Yeah, say it. The yoke.
No, see, I used to do the same thing, right? A yoke is like a yoke of iron, right? Exactly. So like, you know, you used to have buggies, right? And in front of the buggy, you would have two oxes, right? Or two horses, right? And they would carry this buggy. You'd be sitting on it with the whips and whatnot, right? And they would have yokes on their neck, right? So they couldn't escape, right? And so to be unequally yoked, it would be like having a horse on this side and a goat on this side, right?
Yeah.
The horse is gonna outpower the goat, right?
Yeah.
And so
Goat gonna be dragging like this.
exactly, right? Or you might be going around in circles. You know what I'm saying? So to be unequally yoked is to say, hey, look, you're paired with you're yoked with somebody or bound to somebody that's not equal to you, right? Your way of thinking and things of that nature as well. And so it's like to be unequally yoked, man. Like the brother said, can two walk together unless they agree? You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
But I used to think the same thing, man. I used to think it was talking about like the egg yolk, man.
I mean, you can't really split it. So that's why I kept it like that. And I was just like, okay.
Yeah. I used to think it was an egg yolk, man.
That's what I'm saying. That's one thing I have to like, you know, I was like, I look at person, I gotta basically let them go. Because it's like, I know that I'm probably blocking their blessings so much that they're blocking mine.
Yeah.
Period. You just said a word.
I got something else for that too.
She just said a word.
Think like
Yeah.
You?
A blessing?
You just said a word.
Like,
Word.
It just made sense. It means something.
I have a little slow moments. Don't get me.
Because you said you're blocking their blessing just as much as they're blocking yours.
Yeah.
But then you also got to think of like that. Like it's normal for women to assimilate.
Like, I don't need
First
to be
Corinthians 10 and
like,
13.
what the fuck is
The
my-
order.
Okay, so-
Do y'all think it's order?
So if you,
Huh?
Okay. I'll ask y'all this.
Okay.
yeah, so I was just gonna say, if you know that you naturally gonna follow your man, like what you said earlier, if your man tell you that he don't feel comfortable with you wearing that, you're not gonna do it. So you just gotta think of how that's gonna work over time.
Yeah.
Over time, he's gonna start telling you things. He's probably gonna be doing his reading. He's gonna be making salat. That's just gonna pray 5 times a day. Doing anything like that, and eventually you gonna start doing that too as well. Because you're just gonna be his woman. It's gonna be natural for him to lead in a certain direction.
But then it's like if I was to disagree and do like, for example, say I go to church this day, come home, and then like he's like now he's upset, like not upset, but then like I'm not going with him, and all that disagreement, like is like I'm doing this, you doing this, and then for example, say kids are involved now. Now my baby, I'm like, baby, you listen to mama. He gonna be like, Daddy. I'm like, come out here, like it'll be too much.
Yeah.
Do y'all think
It'll be strife in the house.
are men and women equal in the household, or it's order? Like the man.
Oh, see, no, they say that
I
the man.
no wait.
Runs the house.
Wait.
I'm putting my foot in there,
I
though,
feel
like,
like,
my
listen,
foot.
the way I see it, I feel like the man, yes, the man is the head of the household.
provides.
And I feel like the woman is always going to be submissive to the man.
Yes.
But, my teacher made an important point in world history. He was like, we was talking about the beginning of the creation, so we do talk about religion in world history. So he was just saying how the woman was made from the man's rib, right? So he was saying he didn't make him from the feet. He didn't make it from the head. So that means he didn't make her from the head because that means that they wouldn't be equally, she wouldn't be leading him. The man would be leading her. He didn't make her from the feet so the man could feel like he could walk all over her. So to say that is the woman does have equal authority, but the man is in charge.
that doesn't make any sense though.
Well, you're right.
need to
I'm
put
saying it
them
wrong.
down.
The woman doesn't have equal authority, but she shouldn't be walked over.
Right, we agree with
Right,
that.
right.
That's what I mean to say. That's what
I think your brother said something about
it is order. It is order. But listen, a woman, I feel like a woman would never have to worry about her man doing anything outside of the order if he's a godly man. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So it's like, yes, and it'll be easy for her to submit to that man because it's like, this my man. He's true. He's real. So I feel like you will have no problems. But he has to be a godly man.
Because the woman ain't gonna
That's
rebel
right.
against a man that's not of the Lord.
Yes,
Doing
because
crazy.
then she'll be having to feel like she has to lead the household, and then you feeling like, oh, I'm a man, but you're only thinking about it as assets, like because you have the things a man has, but are you really a man?
Are you really
But
a
even
man?
But
even if
has to
coming
submit
with
as
the
well.
man, you're supposed to know how to nature and treat a
that's
woman.
really
That's
But you
also
see,
being a
you
man.
see that,
That's
you
why
see
the
that.
Bible
So
says.
that's where the balance comes from.
Order.
What
No,
George,
I was gonna go
what George said.
giving honor to the weaker vessel because she brought up you gotta know how to treat a woman.
That was
Yes,
that's
it's-
why.
it's
Look,
sometimes-
that's why my
and
relationship
sometimes-
failed. That's why I was just
And
like,
sometimes you can't.
But I
A
would
man
have you know
shouldn't look
that
up.
the head of every man is Christ, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Christ is God.
So like you're saying, it was order. You
Yes.
start with God.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Then the son.
Yes.
Then the man.
And
the woman. Then the children.
Yes.
And that's really where the balance comes from. Because
Yes.
like I was telling the nation, right?
Yeah.
We submit to God. So
Right.
it's not as if we're just out here aimless and we think that we control everything because we have somebody that we submit to as well.
Yes.
So if we're following the orders, then that's what the natural that
Come
she
back,
would
smile.
as well.
But
you know what I mean? So that's why it's just so
Hey,
important
that's why
that
the
you
book
make
of-
sure the word submission.
That's perfect because that's
Wait
why the
about
book of
it, come
Sirach
on,
says,
smile.
"Be thou continually with a godly man,
Yes.
one that thou knowest to keep the
Yes.
commandments."
Yes.
Right?
Exactly.
Because if you're with a godly man, right, you
Yes.
don't have to worry about him walking over you. You don't have to
Yes.
worry about him beating you.
Or feeling like you're
Right.
less than he is.
Exactly, right. And so-
Yes, because I told you, I like for a man to like serve me, but it's like chivalry. It's like open the door for me. Like
Thank
if you see
That's the thing.
you see me,
Thank
yes, you see
Yes.
me toting heavy things.
Good manners.
Take that load off of me. Like, and then me as your wife or whoever I marry, it's like I'm gonna serve you because
Right.
you are
Hey,
you.
now y'all
You're
gotta-
you the
you
dad.
gonna want
You're
to
Y'all
you
gotta
the
get on
dad.
that Destiny's
you
Child.
want-
You do
Cater
want
to
that
you.
hair.
Your
And we
dad,
will.
your
And we
hair,
will.
right,
And we
right.
will.
Okay,
But but you have to be, and you have to, but you have to be a godly man,
Exactly.
and she has to be a godly woman.
Right.
See, it's not gonna happen if,
That's
like
what
you
I'm
said
saying.
earlier,
It's gonna be some-
unequally yoked.
Unequally yoked, right,
Knock
right,
your
right.
head.
Them
Yeah.
according to knowledge.
Yeah.
Giving honor unto the wife as unto the weaker vessel, and as being heirs together of the grace of life, that your prayers be not hindered.
So we know that y'all the weaker vessel. So we're not gonna be like, pass me the remote.
Wait.
She would.
Wait.
I'm like, okay, I'm good.
And like you said, I'm sorry, like you said, weaker vessel. I feel like, yes, women are the weaker vessel. Yeah, we are the weaker vessel, but you have to take into another context, like if you see in the past how men have degraded women, made them feel like they were low status, like you ain't nothing, you just a woman, you stay in the house, you can't get an education, you can't be more than a mother, you have to just be in the household, washing dishes, cooking my meals, you know, massaging my feet. No, in today's society, we have to I don't know the word, but we have to strategize those society like labels. Yeah, reconstruct. We can't just be like, okay, because she's a woman, she can't do anything. No. God made that woman to help that man. He didn't say just because she's the weaker vessel, she doesn't know as much as the man, because one day that man gonna fall sick and ill, and he gonna need that woman to help him and heal him.
You're nothing. You're this. You're that. Okay.
You're
black
a
woman.
man is nothing without a woman. That's how I feel.
Go ahead.
With your woman, you're stronger. Your woman,
not me.
together you're stronger. But if you're a man and you're by yourself, it's tough. But when you have a helpmate, it's easier. So that means your woman has just as much importance as you do. So it's like, don't try to say because she's weak, she don't know nothing, I can't listen to my wife, because your wife might save you from trouble.
That's what we just saying y'all the weaker vessel.
So when it goes into the weaker vessel, it's really no. When we go into strength, a man is just naturally stronger than a woman. We know that physically, right? When it comes to emotions, a woman is naturally gonna be more emotional than a man, right?
A woman can't rule no army. Cause you might get emotional, like going to war.
Let's go back to the woman king, please.
So look. Well, even the woman king had a king that she had to report to, right?
Yeah.
So this is what I'm saying, right? When it comes to certain things, right? Men use logic, women use emotion, right? That's why the man is at the head of the household, because he can't get moved by emotion. I watched a video the other day, right? And it said all these niggas in this prison are really some bitches, right? Why? Because they landed in here because they killed somebody based off their emotions, right?
Yes.
Because if you're a real man, you know how to put your emotions to the side and act off of logic. That's why the man is at the head of the household, because women are natural nurturers, right? Mm-hmm. That's your nature to be nurturing, right? So your emotions are gonna be above your logic at sometimes, and so the man naturally is supposed to be logical before he is emotional, right?
Beautiful balance.
Yes,
Exactly.
yes.
And then like people hear that, a lot of women they think it's a bad thing, but it's not to degrade y'all, because that's what makes y'all
No,
amazing
I'm
mothers and amazing
not talking
nurturers.
about you guys per se. I'm saying if you look in the past area of how men have degraded their women,
They're still
and
trying to control
it
women.
it's happening even now. Like in
They're still
Africa,
trying.
they're
Yeah,
cutting their sexual like body parts. They're cutting off this so that the man can only be pleased, but they're
It's
not.
about like in like third world countries and
Africa,
stuff.
yeah, like that's not right. Like she should be able to feel just as much desire and pleasure as you do. I mean,
No, they
yeah,
cut off the clitoris.
yeah, they're cutting off their sex organs.
Yeah.
They won't
so
let
they can
them
have
go in the
babies,
house
that's it.
when they having their period, because they feel like they're unclean. But
Oh, that's
look,
information you can look up.
but
I
look,
know, but
No,
she
that's
has a
stuff
period so she can bring forth babies.
that you
But
want. You want a son.
but y'all
Somebody brought
feeling
it up, you
like
might bring it
she
up to you.
unclean, she nasty, because she has blood flowing from her vagina 7 days. That doesn't mean she's unclean. That's a gift, because she's gonna bring forth children with that.
Wait,
The
you
son
said
that you want.
having a period doesn't make you unclean?
Yeah,
But that's what the Bible say. So are you saying that God is wrong?
I'm not saying God is wrong. I'm
So
saying
it's different types of uncleanliness, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so when you have that issue of blood, that's why even in today's society
Yeah.
they got it twisted. Now people
Yeah.
be having sex on the period and whatnot.
Oh.
But
Well,
look. But even see how everybody's like, ew, that's disgusting.
Yeah.
That's the type of uncleanliness it's talking about. When a
Yeah.
woman is on her period,
I
right?
feel like
that's
that's
an
fine for her
unclean.
to just need
That's a
to
right. That's a
just-
yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Look, that's when your husband,
you
you know,
look-
supposed to be there.
I think you're looking at it from a standpoint of it's saying unclean. Now it's making it seem like the woman is a wicked woman for having a natural body.
Yeah,
No, that's
yeah.
not true. Like he said, it's a difference. Like being unclean and being an abomination is two different things. A lot of clean things are abominations, but a lot of things that are unclean are not all abominations. You know what I'm saying? Right.
Yeah,
when you release your seed, like when a man has sex, he releases seed, he's deemed unclean until the evening. Right, he gotta wash his flesh, and anything that his seed got on, he gotta wash that.
Because you gotta. It's just like this. If somebody took their period blood and smeared it on somebody, right?
And that would be
the person exactly. It's right. If somebody took some sperm or some semen and it smeared it on somebody, right? The person I'm smearing it on is gonna be unclean, right? And so that's what it's talking about, right?
Yeah.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 15 and verse 19. And if a woman have an issue, and her issue is in her flesh be blood, she shall be but apart 7 days. And whosoever touches her shall be unclean until the evening.
So we ain't even supposed to be laying with our woman on their period.
Yeah, remember that they said white. I'm sorry, my bad.
What you got?
They said that like back in the day, couples were predominantly white people. They used to like have different beds and stuff like that, especially being on their period and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Right. Because you got to think back in the day, they didn't have all the stuff we have now, like tampons and pads and all that stuff, right? So all that stuff was just coming out.
Dang, no cloth, just walk around.
He got one going into Ephesians 5.
This is the book of Ephesians, chapter 5 and verse 22. Wives, submit yourself unto your own husbands as unto the Lord. For the husband is the head of the wife, even as Christ is the head of the church, and he is the Savior of the body. Therefore, as the church is subject unto Christ, so let the wives be to their own husbands in everything. Husbands, love your wives, even as Christ also loved the church.
So it's order, right? You know what I'm saying? We gotta love our wives like Christ loved the church, and we know that Christ died for the church. He died for
balance.
It's
Balance.
balance.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If we truly love our woman, we gonna put our life on the line. But a lot of these dudes ain't gonna do that now. They gonna run. Somebody start shooting at the party, they gonna leave that girl.
That's what I'm saying, man. You gotta be, when you with somebody, you gotta know for a
Make
fact,
sure
hey, that's the
that
person you
actually
know what you signing up for, right? Like if you getting married, right? You
Yes.
living with somebody.
Yeah.
When you get married, best believe, hey, and this doesn't cross a lot of people's minds, right?
Yeah.
When you're together, somebody breaks in the house, you gotta know it's your job to go out there now, right?
You can't have your woman going out there.
Both of y'all can't just stay in there, you know what I'm saying? But these are things, you know what I'm saying, people gotta keep in their mind when they making serious decisions like this.
Man, I got a good example. It normally be like a couple people from Albany. They'll come through on motorcycle bikes. So some of them came on campus, and this guy, he was like trying to get my Instagram or whatever. So I was like, a bike was coming. He ran. I'm like, dang, you just gonna let me get ran over?
He ran.
So he like kind of let me know like,
He not for you, like,
yeah, he not, yeah,
he's still a
definitely
little
not.
boy, man.
Yeah, like you, if anything, you were supposed to move me out the way first, or move both of us out the way.
Right.
You just gonna move out the way and be like, I'm done.
I'm gonna probably be like, walk to the sidewalk and see him push me over. Nope, bet got you, X.
And then I like the way a man walks on the side of his woman. Like, you're not supposed to, like,
I said,
you
I take part of all of that.
Yeah.
No, I was legit doing
Yeah, you're supposed to have her over.
I'm gonna start
Hey,
You're supposed to have her over there. You're supposed to have her over there.
The guys that you guys mess with are probably like around what, 21, 22.
Y'all can't always do that age thing though.
But
Because
no, listen.
y'all can't always do
A lot of people
that.
are into college.
Y'all can't always do that age thing.
Listen. We just talked about
this
the father
age
not
thing.
being in the household, right? So a lot of these guys that don't have the concept of having a father in their household, sometimes you gotta, you know what I'm saying, teach them a thing or two, right? I can see if you're messing with like a 30-year-old man, you know what I'm saying? But like if you're messing with some boys in college,
I'm gonna be real.
some of them don't have no home training.
Some of them 28-year-olds, 30-year-olds, some of them ain't. They just
But look, you gotta think about
You're right.
Hey, look,
No, it ain't. I can hear what she's saying.
you gotta think about like this.
But I'm telling y'all,
You gotta think about
it's
this
not
why a lot of
always
men this why a lot of men
age.
gonna die though. When all this stuff happen, a lot of men gonna be the ones that's dying because they gonna be the ones that the Lord gonna judge the most.
yeah,
They gonna be going. The Lord gonna send them to World War III.
yeah.
They gonna be dying of famines. So a lot of these men, because it's more women on the road than men anyway.
That's true.
So it's gonna be a lot of women
Yeah.
on this earth. A lot of men gonna be knocked out. So this,
Yes.
let me read this verse. I'm gonna
Yeah.
show you.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 4 and verse 1. In that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying,
Oh, wow.
we will eat our own bread
I don't like the show.
and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called thy name to take away our reproach.
What?
So look, check this out now. The Bible said, now 7 is the number of completion in the Bible. So the Bible said, this talking about the times that we're coming in. It's gonna be a lot of women take a hold of one man, especially if they see these and they see that man protected. It's gonna be a lot of women running and trying to. Y'all ever seen the movie Book of Eli with Denzel Washington?
Yeah.
Book of Eli, when it was that one girl that was trying to cleave her to him because she seen that he was protected.
Yeah.
You're gonna have a lot of women see that us men, because you're gonna have NBA young boy. If he don't repent, he gonna be knocked off. Kodak gonna be knocked off. Lil Ray Ray gonna be knocked off. Lil Taquan gonna be knocked off. The one that's selling dope, they gonna be knocked off. So the men of the Lord is gonna be the ones that's gonna be protected in that day. So you gonna have a lot of women that see that and be like, oh shoot, he got food, he got water, he's protected. So it's gonna be a lot of women trying to run and try to cling onto that man. These are the times that we coming in, and that's what y'all was saying about men ain't being men. A lot of men gonna get judged for not being men, for getting beaten on women, stealing from their women. You know what I'm saying? Smushing their head on the ground. You know, crazy stuff like that.
But I got a question. So you feel like, okay, say if we all are presently alive when revelation do come about. Do you feel like when, as one woman, because you be thinking like, you want one man, but like you said, the world is unequal, so it's like, you feel like a woman should be okay with dealing with just 7 women dealing with one man? You think she should be okay with that? But how you feel about that though? Like,
so the scripture that they brought out, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of like both in duality, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
It's saying like a man. So to answer your question, be straight with you.
Yeah.
According to the Bible, right, a man can be with 7 women. Now in this scripture right here, right, it doesn't necessarily leave it to that, but like the brother was saying, a man in that time, right, is gonna be a hedge of protection. So even if that's not like your man, your husband, you would still want to be with a godly man in those days because he's gonna be able to guide you. You know what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying.
But when it comes to polygyny and having multiple wives and stuff like that, the Bible does not look down on that, right? So you have many men in the Bible that had multiple wives, right? Abraham had multiple wives, right? David had multiple wives. Jacob had multiple wives, right? There's a parable in the New Testament where Christ had 10 virgins.
You think about it.
But
right?
But the thing about it, let me read this, bring it out to you. Now, you can't just be like, I want 7 women, so I'm gonna take 7 women. It's gotta, let me read this. What's up, my brother?
And then like you were saying, like, or we were saying earlier, I think she was saying it earlier, right? When you were talking about people back in Africa and how, they were saying they don't eat pork and stuff like that, right? When we come over here and we got this westernized mindset of 1 and 1, right? Even other countries still practice having multiple wives and things of that nature. And so when we come over here to America and we've been colonized and now we think, oh man, that's crazy, I could never, right? A lot of times, especially if we believe that we're the people of this book, right, which we are, that's the type of the customs that we were doing back in the day as well, right? And the Most High God was blessed. The Most High God said he blessed David with multiple wives. So it was a good thing, right? And that's just if we believe in the Bible, right?
Wait.
And then I got an explanation behind it. It's longer, but
let me get it right out.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 21 and verse 10. If he take him another wife,
if he have a woman, and it's in the law now, if a man take him another woman, right?
Her food, her raiment, and her duty of marriage shall be not diminished.
So if I have a wife, right, and I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna take me another wife. My raiment on my first wife can't change. You have to be able to take care of both of them.
Right.
Okay.
Like, just like you have some of our forefathers in the Bible, right?
Do you believe having
Huh?
having like multiple wives?
I just need one.
Yeah,
Okay.
You don't have to, like, you don't have to have it, but it's,
I mean,
you can't say that it's not lawful.
living like that now.
Some brothers would say, hey, in today's society, it's not expedient. But at the end of the day, it's not a sin, right? It's not a sin.
That's what I mean by twisting the Bible around. Like he said, you have to be able to take care of all your wives. You can't be unequally each wife. You like giving this one more power, this one less power, this one less power. You can't be doing that. That's how I see it. Cause I'm gonna be single at this point.
I'm gonna be
I ain't gonna want to be.
Cause look,
I don't want to be married no more. I don't want to be married no more.
I don't care. I'm gonna be dying by myself.
Amen.
I kind of told you.
I just have to be with God at this
God,
point.
amen.
It's just me and him. It's just me and him. That's it.
Flip.
So let me try to
You
break
will
it
see,
down.
you will
Like,
receive
little bit.
Bianca after that.
So we a nation
Nah,
of people
I,
that's already
I ain't gonna be in a relationship.
So there's already not a lot of us, and we know that there's more women than men. So with that being, hold on.
That's what I got mad at, because I'm like,
Come on, hold on.
Listen, though, I always talking about that.
Half of them crazy anyway, so
Exactly. So look at all the different categories we lose our men to, because I assume all of y'all want to be with so-called black men, right?
Black
At
godly
this-
men.
at this
godly men.
at
Black
this
godly
at
men,
this
so the number
point
goes down.
at this point am I discriminate? I don't discriminate.
no, me, I
I don't discriminate.
I be
Didn't we
like,
talk about being
If
equally
you
yoked?
fine, you fine. You fine. And you gonna treat me right? You gonna treat me like a queen? You got blue eyes. You got a nice body. You think I'm gonna be mad at? I ain't getting mad at that. I ain't getting mad at that.
You start speaking
I ain't getting mad at that. You white. You got a nice body. You got a good mindset. You got you godly.
Why you at all
You
these
ain't
states?
calling me. Don't be coming. Don't come for me. So y'all think it's something wrong with being with the opposite color,
I'm gonna get to that.
another color? Like,
Just give me a second.
I ain't shoot. I ain't
all the
no
different categories
shoot.
that we lose so-called
Color
black men.
is color.
Incarceration, drugs, alcoholism,
I ain't racist.
mental health.
Me neither.
And then you also
Shit.
gotta cut out the men that's not godly as well.
Yes,
So there's
yes.
already more of you guys than there is us. But then you eliminate, like I said, alcoholics, drug abusers, people that's incarcerated. We have a bigger population of black men that's gay now, so that's not gonna work. So we lose all of these different men in these different categories. So that makes it a smaller amount of men with more women to choose from. And if there's a majority of women that wants to serve and wants to be with so-called black men, then why do the rest of the women out here not get the same thing?
I can't hear you, please.
I was just saying that why should the other black women that do it in it's not one man. Just simply because we lose all the different categories and there's more of you than there is us. We can't control that.
Yeah.
But there's a way that can be fixed. Now, we understand, of course, that jealousy, different things like that come into play, but that's because of what we've been taught growing up.
I
And if
understand.
you
No.
say-
I ain't tell. I know. I just know.
And if you
I mean,
say-
jealousy. I don't think
Please
it was taught.
finish.
It was just more of like.
You gotta look at her like your sister.
But it's because it's taboo. But it's because it's taboo in our culture. But when you look at everybody else in the world, they do it and have no problem.
Yes.
And let's also look at your perspective.
Yeah.
If you was to get with a white man, a Hispanic man, or an Asian man, those are all three categories of men that predominantly date within their own race. They do that for a reason, because very similar to what she said, if she was to get with a Muslim man, that would cause somewhat of a confusion. You guys would have cultural battles and differences inside of the house that would not be well for you. That's why they say that another man can't necessarily control a black woman. You guys have certain things and attributes within you that another man isn't going to be able to handle. He's not going to be able to
He can't understand this 4C hair.
If I can say something real quick,
He's not going to understand.
I can say something real quick before
Well,
the
he can
scripture
learn.
though, but just like he said, they say other nations can't handle a black woman, yet at the same time you see how disrespectful it is to the so-called black men that women are willing to get right for men of other nations. You know what I'm saying? That happens
No,
in our society.
wait.
Hold on, let-
Talk about the black men who are willing to get right for a white woman.
No,
Talk
black
about
men.
that.
Hold on. I'm just speaking on.
No,
what-
they
got
don't.
the- we
Hey,
got
hey,
the
wait,
LeBron- we got the
They
LeBron
don't get right
James
for these white
song.
women.
Son,
They
going
still the
straight
same
from
niggas.
Hold on.
Well,
Hold on.
They
Hold
still,
on.
we got
the
the
white
white
women just don't
money,
care.
I was gonna say.
White
I was gonna
The
say.
white women just don't care.
I was gonna say a man. A man.
LeBron James son going for white women. Boy, keep showing.
Man, look, but look, it's just like this though. A man, a 9 times out of 10, a man is not predicating.
Zendaya dating a white man while y'all talking. Zendaya dating a white man right now.
Yeah.
What you talking about?
Yeah,
talking
I'm
about?
saying
That's
that
Zendaya.
is-
Leave her out of this.
She dating Spider-Man right now.
Ezra 10 and 11.
So,
You can start
come
at
on now.
verse 10.
This
Come
Spider-Man.
on.
10 to verse 10. And Ezra the priest stood up and said unto them, Ye have transgressed, ye have taken strange wives to increase the trespass of Israel.
You gotta think about it. We're not supposed to be doing interracial marriage. Will a white man ever be able to understand you though?
No.
Like, if you get pulled over by the police and you get beat up throughout the car and go home to him.
Pause.
he not gonna
Let me
understand
just
your
say
pain,
this.
though.
Okay, so if that does happen, because you know the white man kind of run the world, right?
Right.
So he could just be like, hey man, so you know, this my wife.
But she don't have
And
me
then- but look, every sister, look, you see, every sister doesn't have that privilege though. Every sister doesn't have that privilege. So now you have to look at it as a slap in the face, being that you're saying I can be with this white man because he can keep me from being killed by the police. That's a slap in the face to your own people.
Nah,
Exactly.
I'm gonna stand by my black man.
So if you guys, if you guys both want black men, and I said that we lose the majority of those men to the categories that I just named, and
Yes.
you have an understanding that men of other nations, they're not going to be able to understand you. They're not going to be able to, I guess you could say, scratch certain itches or hit certain spots with y'all because they just don't understand certain things that we do, or that you guys might do as our women because they don't have the same experience.
Yeah.
So with all that being said, do you guys feel that every single black woman out here should be entitled to their black man? Do you think that every woman deserves to be protected and loved by a black man?
I feel like every woman deserves to be protected and loved. That's how I feel. That's what I feel.
But if they do, how can we make it possible if there's more of you and we lose a majority of men to those areas that I just named?
But we're gonna lose majority of women to those labels too because it's a lot of ungodly women. It's a lot of ungodly women. So it's like if it's a lot of ungodly
niggas though.
Exactly.
And I'm gonna say that because off rip, y'all already outnumber us.
Exactly.
Okay,
And a woman
but
is
there's
willing to
still
assimilate
hella
a lot of the
ungodly
time.
females.
Well, I say I am willing to submit to a godly man, but it's like you have to be godly. You have to be of the truth. You can't just be. You just can't be a man. You just can't be a man.
Can I read this real quick? I'm gonna read this real quick. Watch this. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 26 and verse 20, right? When thou hast gotten a fruitful possession throughout the field, right? This is a metaphor talking about when you go out and you find a wife, right? And it's gonna clarify, right? When thou hast gotten a fruitful possession throughout the field, sow it with thy own seed, trusting in the goodness of thy stock, so that thy race which thou leavest shall be magnified, right? So when you see this, right? Even this Bible is letting you know, hey, look, when you go to get a wife, right? Make sure it's of your own people. Why? Because of the stuff that the brothers were saying, right? We talked about being unequally yoked, right? I watched the video. I think it was Denzel speaking, right? He was saying cultural differences, right? Mm-hmm. We all grew up in the house and we smelled the smell of what a hot cone smelled like, stuff like that, right? We go through the traumas of being pulled over by the police and stuff like that, right? Things that only our people can associate with and sympathize with. You go and get with another nation, man, right? They're not gonna really feel you the way you want them to feel you. If that makes sense.
True. They don't try to understand,
but
they
you know
try
what?
to understand, but
I'm not trying to make it seem like I'm just not for my own people. It's just that I have an open mindset. It's not one-sided. I'm not gonna be biased on anything like what color and stuff. Be like because you black, I gotta like look down on this white person. Like
you gotta look down.
Nah,
on them.
like
it's not really looking down on them, but it's protecting you and your people at the same time.
When a Hispanic woman get with a Hispanic man, is that them looking down on black people? When a white woman get with a white man, is that them looking down on us?
Some white women date black men. Some black men think
exactly.
date black
do. But
white
I'm saying
women.
that if they were to decide to make the choice to get with somebody that looked like them, that had the same life experiences as them, or white people, is that them looking down on somebody else, or just making a decision?
It's just making a decision.
So if we do that, then it's no different.
Right.
The thing is, what we're trying to portray is that people criticize us for saying that we want to stick with our race, as in we're being, you know
racist.
what I'm saying?
But everybody else in the world does.
But it's just like when everybody else do it, like that thing, that TikTok thing, it's cool when you do it, it's a problem when I do it. That's how they treat it.
We must do that.
Yeah, that's how they treat it. You know what I'm saying? They treat it as in, when we say we just solely want to be on our people, when we say we pro our people, they look at it as in, oh, so y'all hate other people? That's not what we said. That's just taking things that people speak out of context, especially thus said the Most High.
And then naturally, if we're just being real, right? Most black people love their people, right? Sure. Like if I ask any of y'all, would y'all want to trade your life to be a white man or a white woman? That's crazy. Hey, look. But the majority of people, when you ask them that question, no matter all of the atrocities that we go through, we still wouldn't trade being black for anything.
Think about that.
I don't know about you.
Some people will say,
I don't know about you though.
Look, I have a question.
Majority,
Real
though.
quick question about. Go ahead.
We're gonna bring this up first.
this is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 3. Neither shalt thou make marriages with them.
Well, don't beat me up about
Thy
it.
daughter,
That's all love.
They gonna
thy
hammer
daughter, thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son, nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son.
So that's just going to like, we not supposed to we're not supposed to make marriages with these other nations. Like Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians, we are the same people, so that wouldn't be interracial marriage. But they teach us that us and Hispanics are different people. So we're the same people. But when you go and get with an Asian man or a Chinese man or Chinese woman or white woman, hey, that's the Lord said we can't do that. Because every time we do that, what happens every time we get with them? Because they gonna end up calling you a nigga. My uncle been with this white woman. My uncle got a white woman, right? He married to her. He been married to her for like, I want to say like 10 years. And he said when every time she get mad, she call him a nigga.
I be damn.
10 years.
I be mad.
So when they get mad, something gonna come out. Their true colors gonna show. But a lot of them be in on it.
And if it's not towards you, right? They might have opinions on Black people, right? You be watching the news. See, I don't know why they be doing that. Tyrone. You're like, what you mean?
You don't got no home
what are you
training.
talking about? What are you talking? I'm one of the more people, right? And so, you're gonna be running into things like that all the time.
I have a question. Some of my artists screaming, yelling at me, cursing me out for about my slide. What is y'all opinion? 3 people, please. 1, 2, 3. I'm out. But what's y'all opinion on pleasure, especially in HBC?
Come on.
You know.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, you just got down, go crazy.
Right? We finna show because we actually we were talking about. Oh, we didn't talk much about it earlier.
Better say, no, you say something.
The old brother was getting something,
Oh,
man.
okay.
Fine. You can go ahead though. While I'm pulling this.
Nah, I'll let him teach, but like the brother was going into earlier, right? When we was going to Greek captivity, right? And all these things was forced on us, right? Now we gotta be, not everybody wants to be Greek, this, that, and the third, right? And it's really disrespectful, and that's what the Bible's about to bring out, right? It's disrespectful to our forefathers to try to assimilate to something that degraded us, right? And I can tell you firsthand that everything that you're gonna see within these Greek fraternities is wicked, right? You know what I'm saying? A lot of you guys say, a lot of you guys are Bible believers and whatnot. When you join these fraternities and sororities, right? You're making oaths, right? You're making decrees, you're making pledges, right? It's you blindfolded with candles in the room, right? On your knees, putting your hand up and stuff like this. Trust me, I know because I did it, right?
What are
you? Know
you?
What I'm saying? I'm an Israelite.
There been no cap on. Y'all was kicking your head.
Nah, I pledged Omega Psi Phi, man. I got branded and everything, man. So
he used to be.
I'm an Israelite.
That's when you change, you repent, get your life
right. You know what I'm saying?
Wow, you here all these people.
Man.
Lord have mercy.
Hey, nah, that was never me, man. I was always chill. You know what I'm saying? I ain't do that picking up and none of that.
But that might be on the man. Go ahead.
But nah, man, when you finally realize who you are as a people, man, and that you realize that you're the people of this book, right? All that stuff is out the window, man, because you realize all that stuff is not good for the uplifting of our people, right? And it's all rooted in your wickedness, right?
Yeah.
You might not see it from the outside looking in, right? It might look like fun, right? But when I tell you, when you get inside, it's nothing but wickedness, right?
I heard they be doing all that stuff to you after you punch the other thick hand. You're like, look, don't brother me. Don't
think about
me.
it. Think about it. What's one of the most common chants you hear them say, right? All of my love, my peace and happiness, I'm gonna give it to whatever organization, right? And so people are chanting this, right? But they're not really listening to what they're chanting, right? You know what I'm saying? You're saying all your love and your peace and your happiness is gonna go to this organization, right? Do you really mean that, right? Because last time I checked, a lot of y'all said y'all believe in the Bible and y'all believe in God, right? And that he deserves all of that. So why are you giving it to your organization, right? And a lot of people are, it's just words, right? But there's power in the tongue, right? That's why a lot of people get into organizations and they switch up overnight, right? They don't hang out with their friends no more, right? And now the organization runs their life. It determines whether they're happy or they're sad.
I want to tell y'all though, but like me, they always say like when you join an organization, like look up what it means, what it stands for. Right. And like I like community service and like
I'm gonna be honest
scholarships.
With you. I'm gonna be honest with you. All that sounds
good. Sisterhood.
Right. All that sounds good. Look. All that sounds good, right? And you know, we stood on that stuff. Our principles: manhood, scholarship, perseverance, and uplift. Right. All that sounds good, but how do we determine if something is good? Right. We know a tree is good by its fruits. Right. So you can. Those could be your principles, that could be your foundation, all you want to. But what are we seeing as Omega Psi Phi?
Oh, yeah.
What do we see? What do we see coming from Omega Psi Phi? Do we see all that stuff? No, we see rape cases, right?
Lust.
We see lust. We see
We definitely see the
hazing,
lust.
Picking up
right?
females.
People
Dogs,
smoking and drinking all the time at the parties and whatnot, right? All of this stuff, degrading the women, all this stuff. So,
barking, picking up people.
so the
I was
fruits
like,
of that tree is not what it's supposed to be bearing, right? So from off rip, we can say that tree is X'd out, right? It's barren. We gotta chop it out at the root.
Same thing with coppers, man.
yes, ooh, like them little shimmy. I'm like, get the fuck on my face.
It look gay to me. I'm not gonna
And
lie
if
to you.
it's of the Most High God, why you can't speak on it? Why is everything a secret? Why they can't tell you why they can't tell you the process of them, what they did?
Yeah.
And I'll tell you right now, especially when Megan Top 5, right? They say one of our principles is the Bible, right? One of the foundational principles is the Bible. But you try to speak about the Bible to any of those brothers, bruh, oh man, walk the other way, right? They're not interested. All they concerned about is wearing boots and getting bitches. That's it.
When the armor
That's
colors
a Christian-based organization.
naked.
Exactly. Hey, more than half of those people aren't even Christians. More than half of those people are atheists, bruh, and they're in a Christian organization.
They in it for benefit.
I want to read something to you too as well, right? I'm gonna read a few scriptures, right? This is the book of First Maccabees, chapter 1, and starting at let me start at verse 11. And it says, "In those days went there out of Israel wicked men who persuaded many, saying, Let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us. For since we departed from them, we've had much sorrow." So which is pretty much like, let me make sense of that real quick before I read this next one. When you go out of Israel and you make covenant with the heathen, that's just like what the brothers read in Jeremiah 21 earlier, when they was like, learn not the way of the heathen. We was in captivity and we saying, look, we want to go make a covenant with the people who we're not supposed to be joined unto, because they pretty much have good things and we have bad things, right? Us being under curses is just like us living in America. In America now, that's just like us saying we don't want to live in America, so we move away from America, but then we start reminiscing about all the stuff we had in America, now we want to move back, right? That's kind of similar to how this is saying when it says, go and let us make a covenant with the heathen, right? Now, the heathen in these specific contexts are the Persians, the Greeks, the Syrians, the Medes, all of them, right? This is 2nd Maccabees chapter 4, in verse number 15, and it says, "Not setting by the honors of their fathers, but liking the glory of the Grecians best of all, by reason whereof sore calamity came upon them, for they had them to be their enemies and avengers, whose custom they followed so earnestly, and unto whom they desired to be like in all things," right? And the ensuing verse says, "For it is not a light thing to do wickedly against the laws of God, but the time following shall declare these things." It's not a light thing to go against the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. And that's what, when you want to pledge Greek letter organizations, fraternities and sororities, a lot of times that's what you're going to do. They're going to make it seem like it's not what you're doing. Right. You got people on there who vouch for these organizations and say, well, I don't know about anybody else, but I personally didn't bow my life down to no other God but God. But then you ask them, okay, to break down the Bible and make it sense to you, they can't do that. They base their organizations around being a Christian, which Christian bases their religion off the Bible, but yet they still can't break anything about the Bible down to you other than certain scriptures. I think Hughes got Psalms 133, right?
And I was told the Kappa stick, Cain, it was representing Jesus, something like that, the J of Jesus. And the beta 5
Beta Sigma.
Yeah, theirs is Jesus too, something like that.
They got this thing called the light. Yeah, they got this thing called, I think that's an Israel. Is that an Israel? I'm not sure. But they got this thing called the light, and pretty much they regard their signal light as in, having the way to understand it. And that's similar, supposed to be biblical, but it's not. You know what I'm saying? All that stuff is not biblical at all.
Any Christian organization that's telling you that they're all about good things and they're all about the Bible, and then when you go to a gathering, you hearing them say stuff like, "Take that rubber off, beat to meat," right? When you hear them, when you hear them say that, they're not what you think they are, right? And that's real though. You know what I'm saying? It's easy. You can know a tree by its fruit. I'm saying you can know a tree by its fruits, right?
Yeah, man.
If they're saying one thing but they're doing another, right?
Yeah.
It's probably not what you think.
Yeah.
Well, for what I've seen from the one that I'm interested in joining, they do have a strong sisterhood.
Yeah,
they
but
represented.
The one that I wanted to join, they
it's-
have a great sisterhood.
But I'm just saying.
You look like you want to be an AKA. No?
No.
What you
We don't
want?
really supposed to talk
tell
about
you.
it.
Can't
But
tell you, but
look,
definitely
Why you can't tell me? Why is it a secret?
I think it's a
Don't
secret.
do it.
I think
Don't
it's
do
a
it. You selling your
secret.
soul.
I
If
think
it's
it's
so
a
good, why
secret
is it
and
gotta
a
be a
discretion
secret?
because you don't want everybody not supposed to know until you come out.
Why?
We let y'all
Because
know
not
everything.
everybody
Right.
can.
Everybody
Not
can-
everybody
can-
can be it.
But
Why not? Why not?
Why not?
Because
can't
they don't
everybody
meet the
be it?
qualifications, probably.
Why?
Like their GPA might not be good enough.
What are the qualifications?
They might.
It's a lot.
They just might not know how to go through the
But look,
process. They might not learn. They might not learn the founders. They might not learn all the founders.
They might not learn everything.
They might
There's
not
some
learn
people
all the
that's gonna
founders.
make line that doesn't know anything.
Look, they
You right.
I'm be real.
You right.
I'm be
You
real.
right. Cause someone got made it, he don't know the scroll, so he made
Check
it.
this out. Check
It
this
was
out.
crazy. Okay, I'm not pretty. Excuse me.
Look,
You are pretty.
Check this out. It's the same
You
time.
want to be an SG Rose.
The same thing. Our time.
He trying to find
Trying
out.
to find out.
He
I'm
digging.
gonna say no to everything you say. Keep playing.
But look though. That's the same thing our people was doing in the time of Greeks though.
Yeah.
Our people was. It's like you selling your soul in a sense.
It is. I feel it. I feel it. I
You can't
feel
even
it.
name a black Greek person. You don't know nothing about no black Greek history or nothing.
Think
That
about
don't have nothing to do
Only
with
the
us.
only black people that
You
want
right.
to be Greeks
You
in
right.
the Bible were called wicked men.
Right.
He just
And they
said-
want.
No, you good.
And they want you to say that you're Greek, so you won't say that you're an Israelite. You won't find out who you really is. So our people saying they Greek. You gotta think about a lot of our people do that just for benefits and connection after they graduate. But is that
That's true. Yeah.
And these same people go here on campus that you're gonna see. You can talk to them the exact same way you would any other time.
and the Bible
Yeah,
says
you could.
thou shalt not have no other gods before me. Those are Greek guys that they be worship like have on their jackets and all
Them
that.
letters.
right. The
them
reading in,
shields.
even the reading in ceremony is wicked in itself. The reading in, the crossing the sands, the crossing the burning sand, all that stuff.
You got to do rituals to get in.
Ritual. It's very ritualistic, and it's a secret
You know what I'm
society for a
saying?
reason.
You gotta be blindfolded and doing rituals. It's crazy.
Check this out.
And then for the organizations that do haze, now you're risking your life too.
Right. This is the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 14.
Yeah.
And no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light.
So Satan is transformed to an angel of light. So they make it seem like a good thing when you can't. When now you know who you is. They decorate your room. They give you balloons. They give you jackets. They pray. They give you gifts for that. But that's what Satan do. But going back to the holidays, Christmas, the Christmas spirit, the Christmas light, the presents. Satan disguises itself as an angel of light. But really, it's against the Most High God because you can't be Greek. They say you a Greek, and then also say that you an Israelite.
Right.
You serve the Most High God, but they don't go together.
If I can make another point too, it's just like this. Let me ask you this, because one thing they do try to dress it up as in Greeks do great things for the community. What Greek letter organization has done great things for our community?
Besides, I know you picking up trash for like 20 minutes. And to get pictures.
It's
and then,
all a
and
wig.
and think
It's
about
all a wig.
I used to be over when I went to Fort Valley State. I used to be over our well, not over it, but I was one of the assistants for the community service hour. Guess when we would get our influx of community service hour? During the springtime. You wanna know why? Because at Fort Valley you gotta have a certain number of community service hours to pledge your organization. Right? So now after that being said, after everybody has the code, they come out, now we do community service in the community. I want y'all to guess how many times Greek letter organizations came and did community service and actually did it without serving the purpose of just saying they was there. Not even one.
Oh, I believe that.
Zero.
Yeah.
Man, I'm gonna tell you a story, right? It's a big wig, right? So there was a community service event on campus. So it's a big wig. It's all
40
cap,
inch?
right? Huh?
40 inch?
Yeah, I guess.
I'm playing.
Hey,
What's that report? Okay.
what's that? Yeah. What's that? Brazilian wave or whatever. Look, check this out. Look, so there's a community service event on campus, right? And all the Greek organizations supposed to be helping out, picking up trash around campus and that and third, right?
Yeah.
Us, as Omega Psi Phi, what we did, we had a party the night before, right? We slept in, we gathered all the trash from our party, put it in bags, and then went on campus to take the picture as if we did charity work.
That is crazy.
And more than likely, I wouldn't be surprised if other organizations did the same exact thing, right? Because it's all a wig. It's all for show.
I gotta be real too. I gotta be real. Our job is to
be authentic. Yeah.
It's a lot of females I heard. You know what I'm saying? That had to
sleep with people.
Had to sleep with certain people.
That was a scandal at our school.
Had to get ran.
Yeah, take me out. Take me out.
Hey,
Take me out.
Hey, who was a sister I knew, right? She went into the office over the I forgot who she was trying to pledge to, and she told her she's trying to pledge, and then the woman shut the door and said, "You gotta fight me. One-on-one, you gotta fight me. If you truly want to be a part of it, you gotta fight me one-on-one." I'm like, this a game, son.
See, that's what's gonna happen when you try to pledge DST.
It's obvious, ain't it? It's obvious, ain't it? Cause you don't made it known. I feel like red.
Huh?
What's
red?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, you made it. Don't say I love you. Yeah, you making it. She don't made it kind of obvious.
Regardless of what you want to
She asked what DST is. He can't throw us off.
But she don't. No, she really didn't know. But she don't made it obvious. She don't made it obvious because she was like, no, not the AKAs. Then she was like, Jada was like, nah, not them. So it's like, it's only.
No, I can't even say
it's obvious now. I already know, but it's okay.
Yeah, but basically what we're saying is just like it doesn't make sense to, you know what I'm saying, put yourself in situations and in organizations that 9 times out of 10 would give a damn if you join. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it don't really matter. It don't profit anything. Like the brother said, if y'all want sisterhood, y'all want real sisterhood. My bad. But if y'all want real sisterhood, all you got to do is just find you a group of solid friends. That's a stronger sisterhood than having a line full of 98 women. I'm gonna tell you. I used to date this girl who was a part of Delta Sigma Theta, right? Line full of mess, you know what I'm saying? Organization, line full of mess. It ain't no real sister nor brotherhood inside. I'm not saying it ain't, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it ain't, but what I'm gonna say is, everybody has a different experience. I'm not gonna put the stereotype that I've experienced on every organization across the country, you know what I'm saying? What I'm gonna say is that majority of the time, a lot of this stuff is fake. It's just a soul dream. It ain't gonna profit you nothing. Like, yeah, you might be able to get some type of connections, you know what I'm saying, throughout down the line and stuff like that, but that ain't always the case. I know plenty of successful people who are not in organizations. Some of the richest people in the world are not in no type of organization. They might be in like some secret society.
I was accused, to speak on your point, not to cut you off, but I was accused. I got more help from niggas that was Kappas than I did Omega Psi Phi, bro. Which is the crazy part.
They gonna say though, but they can still Greek though, so you still plug.
You ain't go here or nothing, did you?
I went to Fort Valley State, but I know. Hey, I'm gonna let
He
you know right now.
He looked like he been on this campus before.
He used to be every day.
Look.
I thought it.
Hey, look. Man, and I'll let you know, bro. Some of the worst people I met are in Greek organizations.
Oh yeah, I can vouch for that. And I've been seeing around since this girl joined. She been looking a lot like stressed lately. Like
it will stress you out.
Like she been looking like she been going through it.
It'll stress you out.
They'll have it like they'll show you that they happy, but behind closed doors it's like. But let me get this verse real quick.
It's only good for simple-minded people. So
yeah, but one thing I don't understand, we had a person who died here.
Yeah, that, yep.
She was a devil.
Yep.
See all the people around there. I mean, all around.
No, and then a boy, he killed himself and he was in the I was like,
all that sister and brotherhood.
How you don't know your brother depressed? If I
all them sisters. All them sisters.
I'm no difference if you can leave brother's face if they're depressed or not.
That's what I'm saying. And it's a lot of them. It's a lot of them. No, he don't.
I'm a joke.
It will make you depressed though, facts for sure. Like, there's so much that come with it that you don't know.
What you said, Jewel? What you said, Jewel? What you said, Jewel? What you said? You ain't about to let them kill you. What you said? What you said?
I wasn't in an organization.
Don't get it twisted.
I wasn't in one.
Don't get it twisted.
Check this out.
This is the book of Mark, chapter 8, and verse 36. For what shall it profit a man if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul?
So what's the point of you? Because when you play it, it's like you feel like you're on the top of the world.
They making sense though.
I mean, yeah.
You're on the top of the world. It feel like everybody know your name.
Huh?
They see you. They know you. They see you at parties.
I don't know what I'm saying.
I understand.
You get a dumb nickname. Everybody know you.
Who are we gonna tell?
Him.
What's the point of gaining that and losing your soul? What's the point of you getting little pleasure here and then judgment that you lose your soul? Hey, it's better to be an Israelite than the Greek. Hey, what we doing? Because we got the kingdom of heaven coming.
This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 4 and verse number 7. It says, for what nation is there so great who hath God so nigh unto them as the Lord our God is in all things that we call upon him for? Verse 8. And what nation is there so great that has statutes and judgments so righteous as all this law which I set before you this day? That must be talking about the Greeks. No, it's talking about the Israelites, right? Right. This is why we saying that being Greek is only a simple. This is the cliche thing they say. It's a lifetime it's a moment sacrifice for a lifetime of paradise, right? That's a lie. You know what I'm saying? The only thing that's gonna bring you paradise is being obedient to the Most High God. And if y'all knew what obedience to the Most High God truly was, you understand why you can't.
I mean, I feel it in my blood. I feel it in my blood. Like what y'all saying is true, and I always felt like it was a sacrifice if I choose Greeklife. It's like, am I really like serving the Lord? Am I really serving the Lord?
Really,
it's like,
you ain't never seen no white Greek person step. It goes in.
I did. I have.
White Greek people.
I'm
talking about somebody really from Greece. Not from Greece. No, I'm talking about somebody in the frat. I'm talking about a real Grecian.
They ain't on that. They ain't with that stuff.
That's not even real Greek culture.
what you about to say? Something?
They the new thing.
You don't gotta join up and turn your damn step. You can step anytime. Go get your boy, y'all.
Hey, you can step to the doors right there.
Hey, the cheerleaders
You
be
was just
stepping
sitting
up
up here
town.
doing the cheerleading.
I was say she was doing the cheerleader. She was doing that.
All that.
They doors. They doors got step to
I got really nice.
Yeah, so we would tell y'all to pray on it, man. We trying to. The Lord sent y'all here for a reason.
Y'all
I got
right.
questions.
Y'all right.
We speaking to the
I
Lord.
don't learn something today.
Yeah, Mama already cursed out about it.
People told me before I joined, they were like, "Hey man, it's not worth it." And something that still was inside me, like I gotta see for myself.
That's how it be.
That's how
That's
I
how
am.
it be though. It's temptation, man. It's that lust, man. But I wish I did it, man, because you gonna spend a lot of time, a lot of money, right? A lot of stuff just to find out it wasn't what you thought it was.
No.
How they doing Hollywood?
No.
Yeah, I had that same type of spirit that I need to see for myself type of spirit. Cause I was like, bro, I looked at this when I first got to college. Now I'm looking at all the, you know what I'm saying, like fame and notoriety everybody in organizations getting. But then once I actually started getting down with it, I just realized, man, I'm not.
Realize how goofy it is.
I'm not good for this. I can't take a lot of the stuff that they do, and it's not because I'm so-called weak. It's just because I'm so-called anti-disrespect. I don't.
Yeah, you ain't gonna
I
spit in your
can't.
face, disrespect.
I can't have all that.
Yeah, I be like,
Y'all, what's that movie on Netflix? You know,
Burning Sands.
Burning Sands. Y'all watch that. It's called Burning Sands on Netflix. Yeah, that man.
and I heard like me, like I heard one they wasn't supposed to say, but I said they call them hazers like that, and they said basically.
Girl, you talking too loud.
Oh shit! I want to get up.
They ain't gonna try you over here.
Them about
You got
your
angels
door.
around here. Hey,
First of all,
everything.
I'm gonna let you know right now. Anybody that crossed after 2020, bro, you ain't gotta worry about them, bro. You ain't gotta worry. They ain't gonna jump you. They ain't
They
gonna.
just in it for the style.
Nah, what I'm saying is, man, they're not. It's not like what it used to be, man. You know what I'm saying?
Basically,
Like
no,
back
it was
then
like they basically woke up
back
their
then
bed,
they
made
used
a
to take it
run
like it was games. Like
They did do that. I
you know
don't
what I'm
know.
saying? You said
They
what?
do stuff like
Nigga
that.
might jump you. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays, bro,
made
you
me
ain't got
strip from all these girls.
niggas value their
They
life
made me
too
run
much
back
to
up
jump.
in the
Say who?
They do that.
They can catch
They do stuff like that.
Just to play.
Niggas wasn't
They make
catching
you strip
cases
naked.
back then.
Is it of God? Do that sound like it's of God?
Oh, there was a movie where the dude had like a seizure or some shit like that.
You got sick.
A seizure.
Yeah, it's called Burning Sands.
Yeah, that.
He Burning Sands.
Okay,
He remember
yeah.
he had that ruptured aorta because they was beating on him too hard. And the ruptured
That's a
aorta.
game. You let a man beat on you. You let him stump on you.
Oh, you see, you got it. I'm like that.
Huh? You ain't gonna 5, 6 females just pulling your hair.
Yeah, I'm on the spot.
I mean, probably got not 1 or 2 of them out, but 5 or 6 of them.
I got some
But
like
is it
days.
worth it though? Is it worth?
Oh, no.
No, I'm saying, is it worth you
I
having?
fight for my life. For people hurt.
Yeah, no, you might well be a blood then. You won't let people jump on. No, I'm not saying be a blood.
We already got organizations outside of college. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm finna spend $30,000, or not 30, but Lord, but like $5,000, $4,000 to join an organization for life when I could just go join my neighborhood gang for free. Think about all that.
Well, honestly, you ain't gonna join that for free because you gonna get yourself
But I ain't gonna
stumped.
spend no money to get in.
But you gonna get beat. You gonna get.
Same with a fraternity.
Same with the fraternity. You gonna get that and you gonna spend money.
I ain't getting
And
Yeah.
that process is a lot shorter getting initiated into a neighborhood gang is a lot shorter than getting initiated in a Greek letter organization.
You don't know, you might end up going to jail after
I could.
in the process.
You can go to
You
jail,
can go to jail
trying to
for
join the
Greek.
organization.
Everybody, you know,
They'll
the
make you shoot
teachers.
some shit up and they're gonna
a lot
leave
of
you
them
on
be in Greek.
Nah,
Yeah,
you can go
they
to
do.
jail for
Police.
being hazed or hazing.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
we telling
So you
y'all-
ain't winning either way, yeah.
Yes.
We tell y'all to love though. We don't want y'all to be in that.
Right. It ain't even
I
about
don't know
us
how
not being with it. It's the Lord. Because I ain't gonna lie. If it weren't for the Lord, I'd probably be in
I'm
it.
the victim.
I'm not, but you're allowing it to happen. I would. I'm not gonna lie.
Not if I came to somebody about it and told them.
That's what the Lord said.
No,
in the
if you
scripture,
did that,
there's
you'd
no
be
difference
different. But
between
like,
Jew and
if
Greek.
you got caught, and
Because you have our
Asian,
people that was being that was
right.
taking the customs of the Greeks. So that's what the Lord
Like, you in
said.
a
There's no
situation
difference
you didn't
between
know you
Jew
was
and
about to
Greek.
get AIDS,
Because he's talking about our people. Because our people, you know, our people are right and say they Greek Israelites. That's all they know. I'm a Greek.
Yeah.
But we're not really Greek. So, you know,
You think about it. It wouldn't, because I wouldn't have no grown man do that like that.
What you about to say?
Also, we talking about how that if you getting hazed, you get in trouble just as much as the person doing it. And when you think about it, if you allowing somebody to do it to you, then in turn it's a circle. You gonna do it to the next person.
Oh,
so
yeah.
it's a continuous,
Yeah, you're right.
continuous cycle.
Yeah.
Not only that, hazing in itself is illegal. So what if anybody's condoning it, whether you're taking it or giving it?
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, these bitches
Oh shit. I think he go here too.
I could have teach you.
Yeah, you know old people go here. Why you saying that?
That was your history teacher that you was talking about earlier?
No, my history.
He spoke to you earlier. That's why I was like, do you know him?
I was being nice. You know, people speak to you, you just be. But yeah, I be seeing him all the time. He be in the library. But I mean, you know, old people go to college.
Yeah, they do.
I will hope when I get to be about 50, y'all don't be dissing me because y'all see me up in there.
Hey, when you finally old
I'm
enough
clowning you, dude. You 50, I'm clowning you.
You won't even be here. You probably back at home. I'm just saying, don't be clowning nobody because they old and going to college. That's good.
Hey, did y'all have anything got any questions about any concern?
Nah.
So I got a cousin that's a Q, an uncle that's a Sentinel, another cousin is a Capital, and my mom.
It's in the blood.
Jessica trying to push you to do it.
My mom is a Zeta, and my dad is a Mason. So, yeah.
It's just in the blood.
You can be the person to break that cycle.
Yeah, fact.
It's just in the
You can be the person
blood.
to break that cycle. You don't got to give in to that.
A lot of people join because of that too, though. Because
Legacy. They call it legacy. No, you
Yeah,
gotta be the
definitely a legacy.
Legacy to what? Legacy to what?
You right.
What type of legacy they leave?
it's crazy, man. 'Cause my
Well,
dad was a Q.
coming here, really.
Coming on. Okay. Then come here and then what?
Graduate, man, be successful in something.
Be successful. You can be successful if you didn't come here, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So come here then what?
Yeah.
Our people put these little passive aggressive accomplishments on
Thank you,
simple
love.
things, and that's why it's so simple for our people to be a part of these organizations, because you got to be simple-minded to be in them to think that being in these organizations change anything about what the Most High ordained for them to be in. You know what I'm saying? That's what the simple thing is. People getting into school is one thing, but saying that, oh, I wouldn't have got here without them is a whole lot that a lot of our people fall into. You know what I'm saying?
But get everything. Not his mother, father, bathroom. We finna show you something, kid. Check this out. You don't gotta do, but you don't gotta do what your whole family do. Like you said, you can change that, and they might feel some type of way about it.
It's raining.
He don't want to do it. He done messed up the generation. And man, it's about serving the Lord. You gotta make sacrifice. And we done made sacrifices. There was times where our parents hated us because we didn't want to come to their house for Thanksgiving. There were times where, our parents didn't want it, they hated us because we didn't give them no gift for Christmas. But we gotta make sacrifices. That would come with serving the Lord, making sacrifices. Be uncomfortable sometimes. Can't do what our parents want us to do. Because you living for the Most High God. They're not gonna be able to make it to the kingdom of heaven for you. They can't determine your salvation. So it's all about, about us pleasing the Most High God. And the Most High God, He always rewards his soldiers, that make sacrifices. Yeah.
Oh, that's what you want.
Well, I think what I learned mostly is about that having multiple wives thing. I do respect that now because you said he has to treat every wife the same.
Yeah, like it can't be no just having sex and then it's over.
Yeah.
You have to be able to take care of them, beat up on them emotionally,
Yeah.
show up for them physically.
Yeah.
And now's time. That's gonna X out
I,
a lot of
I
men
can
from
respect
being,
it. I can
right.
respect that now.
It's
Yeah.
gonna X out a lot of men from being even qualified to have multiple wives.
They ain't
Because
gonna
you gotta
win.
have the job, a good paying job, to be able to take care of multiple women.
Okay.
And
And the
you
kids,
gotta
and
take
the
care of
kids
one.
that come with it.
You having one woman is a task in itself.
But if you think about it, it's like
He ain't lying.
it ain't. And if you think about it, it's really, if you don't look at it with a carnal level, but you look at it spiritually, it's really a beautiful thing.
It really is. It really is.
It's a beautiful thing.
But you had to explain it to me first, though.
Yeah, that's why I knew you weren't gonna understand. We
Yeah.
just saying, yeah, American has 7 wives. But women think about that like, well, he got 7 wives.
I mean, he got 6 other women he can sleep with.
That's what women
Yes,
think
that's
about.
what I was thinking about.
But it's deeper than that though.
And
It's
then-
about building strong. So that's why a lot of our forefathers in the Bible, a lot of them had multiple women. But it wasn't for it to lay with them. It was for it to build a strong foundation. That wasn't like
I like that. I like that. I like that.
But when you, if y'all come and truly say y'all want to serve the Lord and get y'all mind right, it'll change though. It'll come with it.
Right, but at the same time, you gotta think about it like this. Some women, like the sister right here, she just said, hey, look, that ain't for me. You know what I'm saying? So you just gotta find you a godly man that just say, hey, look, we can take one. You know what I'm saying? That's all it takes. There's plenty of men out here there's some men that want multiple wives and some men that don't. If you a sister that don't want it, then you just gotta find you a man that
And I was gonna say something else too. It's like I love my heritage. I love being black in general, but I just always thought that it was kind of biasness in like the multicultural thing, like people not accepting a person because of their color of their skin.
It's not the fact that we're not accepting them, but it's like
How do you feel?
it's a choice. It's like this. I mean, when we kind of broke it down about the cultural differences and stuff like that, it's just going to be more beneficial and expedient to stay with your own people, if that makes sense. And not trying to sound.
And you're right. You're right. It may sound kind of harsh, but it's
but if you think about it, it's only a controversy when Negroes, bring it up, because every other race, they're perfectly fine with marrying inside their race, right? You don't go to a white man and be like, well, why don't you consider black women, right? Well, that's racist. Why don't you? You know what I'm saying? It's just, and for them, it's to preserve their race. You know what I'm saying?
You're right about that part. I like that. That's a word too.
Yeah.
That's a word too.
Oh, let me show you something.
That's a word too.
Give me.
He said, "Man shall not live by bread alone." So that's a word.
Yeah.
I want to show you 2 examples. That's why everything. Okay. That's why I had to. All right, we're gonna be out here.
You going to get some food?
I'm hungry. I ain't no breakfast. It is dinner time. I'm hungry.
I understand. I had to go get mine earlier because I was like, yeah.
They jump right from.
Oh, wait, hold on. Hold on. It's the Sabbath day though. Huh?
And then also, man, our people are oftentimes in the Bible are referred to like lions, right?
I want to tell you something. It's the Sabbath day. Now, you can't buy, sell, or cook today until the sun go down. So can you wait till the sun go down?
Can she swipe her card?
Wait, hold on.
I mean,
Her ID card?
I'm not gonna lie, I thought about it, but that's only if I was going into the sandwich, not if they had to cook it.
yeah, because they gonna have to cook it. It's like you. But
The sandwich cool.
The cab closed?
No, it's
some
open.
French
It
fries.
closed at 8.
That's all I
you
want.
gonna buy them though?
Huh?
From,
No, I'm
well,
going
on
to
the weekends
Chick-fil-A.
from 11 to 8. And then on the weekdays from like 7
You trying
to
buy 'em,
8.
You can't.
So it just stay open the whole day?
Basically, yeah.
24 hours?
No.
No. It stay open from 8
What you can do,
go in there
7 to 8.
What he's saying is, you can go to the cab and like, you know what I'm saying?
You
like,
can go in the
get
student center at
sandwiches,
any time of day though.
but not no Chick-fil-A.
Why? I'm hungry. I want some French fries.
Not
And I'm being smart right now because right now it's only 5 o'clock and we only get like swipes per daytime, and right now it's dinner time, and I know I'm gonna get hungry around 8, 9, so I'm not gonna go to the cafe right now. I'm going to Chick-fil-A, get some French fries, snack on it. Then I'm gonna wait till like 7, 8, and then go to the cafe to eat.
So then I'm gonna say this. So next time you will know. Prepare. So you know when it's Friday sundown and Saturday sundown. When the sun go down Friday, you gotta wait till the sun go down Saturday for you to buy, sell, or cook. You can eat though, but you just make a sandwich or prepare before. Eat some fruit, cereal.
Guess what? I'm a broke college student. Okay, thank you.
Hey, chips ain't that much.
right.
Shit.
He's like, hey, you
I'm
gotta spend about $5 just to get 12 chips.
But he ain't lying though. I'm just.
Did not any man.
Oh no,
You bring it out.
Luke 14:26.
Yeah, I want to bring it out for the brother, man. Because the brother said his whole family dang Greek.
Yeah, that's good.
I ain't never.
He said if any man deny, I was like,
It is.
but this is Luke chapter 14 and verse number 26.
It be making some nice little photos.
And it reads, it says, if any man come to me and hate not his father and his mother and wife and children and brethren and sisters, yea, and his own life also, he cannot be my disciple.
So it's like, it ain't talking about if you hate your parents, like, oh, I hate them, I want to kill them. No, it's talking about choosing stuff, like choosing what they do over the Most High God.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? You can't be a servant of me. You gotta make sacrifices, man. Hey, they might get mad at you, but it's like, man, I'd rather you be mad at me than the Most High God be mad at me.
Yeah.
The Most High God can take my soul. You can't kill. You ain't gonna. You might kill me, but you can't take my soul. The Most High God can take your soul off your body.
We're not wanting to kill the body, but fear one who can destroy the body and the soul in him.
Bring that out. Matthew 10:28.
That's a good one.
You can't serve two masters.
I like that.
Can't serve two masters. That was going back to the thing. Pleasure. You can't serve two masters.
You either gonna love one or hate the other.
And the Most High God.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 10, and verse number 28. And it reads, and it says, and when he was coming to the house, the blind man came to him and said, no, wait, hold on. I'm reading 9 to 28. 10 to 28. It says, it says 10 to 28, and it says, and fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell.
So you better fear the Most High God, because he can destroy your soul and your body. A man can only kill your body. Once your body gone, he won't do nothing with your soul. But the Most High God, he said he can kill. He said he can kill your body and your soul. So that's the person we need to fear, man. We talk that God just all love. He just love everybody. God just all love. When you're doing wickedness, he don't care. That's what we talk. Man, but the God of the Bible, man, get this verse 17.
It's the book of 1 Samuel chapter 2 and verse 6. The Lord killeth and maketh alive. He bringeth down to the grave and bringeth up.
So the Bible says the Lord killeth and maketh alive. So when you see little Ray get shot during the drive-by, they shoot him in the head, or his grandma or somebody's grandma might get in a wreck, she died, somebody's head get chopped off. The Lord did that. The Lord is in control of everything. The Bible said the Lord kill it, and he also make alive. And a baby, you know what I'm saying, a baby coming to this world, the Lord did that. And he said, what did he keep going on after that? He kill it, make it alive, he bring it down to the grave and lift it up.
Yeah, I was just having this conversation last night with a friend about should a person think that God is only good of good things? Like, should we believe that he's only capable of giving good? Because I was having a conversation with someone and I was like, you know, doing wrong, if you know you're doing wrong, you can't expect God to, like, you know, give you something, you reap some benefits, but you doing wrong, but you expect God to still, like, give you good benefits. You have to expect some type of punishment. You have to expect some type of punishment. And you know, and I was like, you know, hanging around this person, you don't want to be like, God start looking at you like, oh, so this what you doing? This what you doing?
He'll judge you for that.
This what you doing? And I don't want God to look at me like that, cause like, okay, I don't believe this, but because it's like being guilty by association. Because you fool with this person, I'm looking at you like, you hang around them, so you must believe it too. You must believe that you get good judgment even though you're doing wrong. Yeah, that's definitely true.
Yeah, the Most High, I'm not just the father of good things. He said in Isaiah 45 and 7 that, you know, I'm the Lord, I'm formed light, create darkness, I make peace. I make peace and create evil. I the Lord do all these things, you know. He reigns on the just and unjust. He just, a lot of people just, like you said, they take Christianity and take it for face value and run with it. Christianity, a lot of times, is anti-Bible because it teaches a lot of things against the actual Holy Scripture.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? The Holy Text. So that's, you just gotta be more real with that.
Yeah. I went to one church that just preached everything. He just was real. He was like, you know, it's not right to be gay. He just came out with it, and I was like, I like you because most pastors ain't telling you that. Most pastors like they keeping it under the cover. They like, cool, you know, they trying to keep it on the low. I dealt with this supposedly pastor. He was like saying, don't be eating meat that's been processed and put it in front of a object or something. You know, talking about like adult something, idolizing, like when you, yeah,
like food sacrifice to idols.
Yeah, yes. He said don't do that, but when it came to sex, he kind of brushed over. I'm like, so you gonna make that more vain, but then you just brush over sex?
Yeah.
I'm like, I pay attention to that.
Churches, man, they sign agreements with the government, so they can't talk about certain things. That's why you don't see them going into homosexuality like that, because they're receiving funds from the government. And when you receive funds from the government, they censor what you can and what you cannot talk about. Right? That's why the big census of all these churches, you never hear them going in on homosexuality. You never hear them talking about the Israelites, right? You never hear them talking about none of this stuff because they're not allowed to. Because if they do, then that government's gonna take those funds that they're getting.
Okay, so I got a question. Okay, so I want to learn how to dance, right? And how y'all feel about?
Exotic?
Not on them headlights, right?
Nah, not exotic, but sensuality.
It's like sensuality, like twerking?
Sensuality, like.
With a pole?
Y'all ever seen the dance line girls?
Like
how do y'all feel like? How do y'all feel about that?
I mean,
how do y'all feel about that?
I'm going to speak as a man, right? I'm going to speak as a man and say that the main reasons that I'm against it is because one, the apparel that they have on women wearing, you know what I'm saying? It's very immodest. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're right.
Very immodest.
That's true.
The other reason I'm gonna say against it is because 9 times out of 10, a lot of times that these women are dancing in these lines and stuff are on days that go against the Most High set aside for us to take rest. Like
that's true.
On the
Saturdays. Yeah.
Now, if I'm just saying, if they just dancing in general, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not anti-dancing because at the same time, it's like, ain't no sin in dancing. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But I would say the sin comes from the apparel, the sin comes from the time, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of times, the sin can come from the places where these dances are being done at. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you just got to be mindful about that type.
Yeah, because I know you can do praise dances, but I know that sensuality might be a little different. But say if a woman is prepared for